myself, I do say I did a pretty good job. Secondly, if you are listening to us on YouTube, and if you are, then you're not actually, because I forgot to hit the streaming button, but that's okay. We're streaming now. So,
do we need to redo the intro?
No, we're not redoing the intro. We're already live on WLMC, so it's cool. But anyway, if you are listening to us on YouTube, yeah, welcome to the YouTube people, because I now just queued you in. The show started about 2 minutes ago. Maybe. Anyway, that's fine. Moving on. Third, this is going to be exciting, and there's a lot of people here, so if you can't hear some of us, I apologize, but I only have so many microphones in the studio. Now, the first thing I want to ask you guys, because we're just jumping right in, 2 feet, going all like that, you know? What did you do this summer that is nerdy?
I'll start.
Okay.
Played Pokemon Go a lot.
Okay, that's pretty nerdy.
Started watching Arrow.
Oh, nice. The Green Arrow series, right?
Yeah.
You're watching that, what, on Netflix or something?
Yes.
Sweet. How is it?
Very dark, but good.
What season you on?
I'm at the point where they start at the Flash, and there's this chart where you have to watch one episode, then the other, back and forth, and I just haven't quite figured out how to watch it back and forth correctly yet. And you miss stuff if you don't do it correctly.
Yeah, when I got I think that was right about where I sort of trailed off with my watching, because I didn't manage it and I just got confused about what was going on.
That's 100% fair.
Last week, I narrowly, and by narrowly I mean about 10 seconds of me Googling, avoided getting a Flash tattoo on my body permanently.
Yeah, I want to ask, but should I ask?
You can ask.
I will ask then.
I got a lightning bolt tattoo.
Yep.
No, it's not on my forehead. It's on my foot. But when the nice young lady, she was like, what kind of lightning bolt did you want? Is this one good? And she drew a nice one out, and I said, now that looks familiar.
Yeah.
And so I took a moment to Google lightning bolt like logos.
Yeah.
First of all, I got Nazis.
Oh.
Second of all, I got the Flash.
I prefer the Flash over the other thing.
Yeah, Flash is definitely preferred.
Yeah.
So, to avoid any iconography, I had to do a lot of redrawing. And turns out that's all for nothing, because there's a guy in my communications class who has a Gatorade logo tattooed on his arm, so anything's possible.
Okay.
You know what? Whatever works.
I mean, I have a truck logo for a tractor trailer on my arm, so...
I personally don't have any tattoos. There is one I would like to get. My wife has two. She has the Kingdom Hearts heart and crown, and she also has a fairy tale emblem.
Of course.
That's awesome. I don't have any nerdy tattoos.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch.
Kitties are nerdy. I'd say kitties are nerdy.
I have a cat chasing a semicolon bumblebee. I have a squirrel.
Squirrel? Where's the squirrel?
I have a G-clef with cherry blossoms. I have a tattoo with puzzle pieces and the I forgot what the word is. Letters NF for a medical condition that I have in memory of my friends that have passed away. And I have an H because my cousin and I decided we wanted to get matching tattoos for our last name.
Cool.
And we didn't think it out. Is that
hey,
oh, I have a rose.
It stays with you, right?
I also have a rose.
Oh, that's very nice.
She loves the History Channel.
Yes. But don't we all? I mean, can we talk about Forged in Fire for a second?
Ooh.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We were
Forged
watching
in Fire
that.
is literally a show where they forge things, and it's awesome, and I love it.
Think Chopped, but for blacksmith. Blacksmith?
Yeah.
See, I love Forged in Fire, but I have a couple of nitpicks with it. One of them is that they show the hardening process, but they never show the tempering process. And if you harden a blade without tempering it, the moment you hit anything with it, it's going to shatter like glass.
Sometimes they don't temper them. Not in the 3-hour time
Sometimes they
limit.
do. Sometimes they do shatter like glass.
Yes.
That's when you get the dreaded ping.
What?
Tempering-
Other words?
Oh. Quenching is when you harden a blade so it becomes work ready.
Cold.
Tempering is after it, where you let it cool nicely so that it doesn't turn brittle.
It takes it from being, a brittle razor blade into being like a spring.
I'm sorry, I'm not an anesthesiologist. I don't know what you're saying.
That's fine. it makes the blade not go shing.
You don't hear the dreaded ping as
Yes.
much.
The tings.
music.
You're not
makes
visited by
it
the ting
flexible. It makes it flexible and hard rather than just hard
Yeah.
and brittle.
Instead of being like glass, it's more like actual steel, like what you imagine steel to be versus like obsidian or glass.
Yeah, every time I watch Forged in Fire, I have to remind myself I don't have the money to make my own forge.
Right?
Well, it's really not about the money, it's more about the location.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but both.
Yeah, college
If you
campus.
have a good location, then the money is secondary. If you don't have a good location, throwing money at it isn't going to fix it.
No.
No.
that's
Well, I
true.
mean, if you had the money, you could
Well,
get a good location.
Yes, this is true. This is very true.
So what we're saying is nerd hobbies are expensive, but of course we knew this.
Just look at collectible card games like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like any collectible card games. Speaking of which, I spent my summer doing a lot of nerdy things, as you all probably guessed. You know,
Did nerdy things?
me, yes.
Unbelievable.
Shock.
Yeah, I mean, I
Sure.
tried so hard to do more, but I just couldn't fit it in. Yeah. But no, I think the highlights are, one, I drove to Rochester, New York to visit some friends of mine who own a gaming store right near RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. And they have a card gaming store which specializes in Japanese card games. And they also have anime, and it's really cool. There's always anime playing in there. It's like the best place ever. And I spent a weekend playing a game called Weiss Schwarz, which is a Japanese anime card game. And it's amazing and phenomenal. And once you buy the cards, you never have to get any more cards, technically, because they never, like, rotate out. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic or any of those other games. Like, the cards are good forever. So it's really cool. Also, you can play, like, card games with your waifu.
Yeah.
If you have, like, that thing. So,
Pokemon once again proving itself to be the superior game series with non-rotatable cards.
yeah. Although, Pokemon does have rotations for their competitive scene.
What?
Yeah.
Why was I not aware of this?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
There are formats, but that's because there's been cards since 1998. So I mean, they kind of have to pick and choose a little bit.
Out of curiosity, is being in Rochester, being pretty close to Niagara Falls, did you decide to go there at all?
I didn't, because the day I wanted to go or like could have gone, it was rainy and not very nice. So I decided to stay inside like a good nerd.
Yeah.
I also watched an anime called Blend S. Now, this show is one of the funniest things I have seen in a very, very long time. It is not within our 5-year spoiler wall, so I'm not going to say much about it, but for those of you out there who watched Working, the anime, it's similar to that. Very funny, very over the top, just a good time. And all of you in here, I recommend that you all watch it too. It's on Crunchyroll, I know that for a fact. Phenomenal show. Just so good. Made me laugh so hard.
You're going to have to show me what Crunchyroll is someday.
Oh my god.
Crunchyroll is kind of like the best thing ever.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What's the nerdiest thing I did this summer?
But on the subject of nerdy things we did over the summer,
Yeah.
I'm still currently doing this, but I got like a 60-hour compendium of Sherlock Holmes on Audible.
Ooh.
Narrated
that's
by
even-
Stephen Fry, so that's fun.
That's crazy.
And it's very much out of the 5-year spoiler rule.
I think on the line of nerdy
Um,
books, I finished listening to on Audible, because Audible's amazing, especially if you drive a lot.
Yeah.
Listening to Grave Peril by Jim Butcher.
Is that part of the Dresden Files?
Yes.
It is. It's book number 3.
And I have started listening to Summer Night and the Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft, because H.P. Lovecraft and Cthulhu.
Right. That's super cool. I mean, when we talk about nerdy books, most people immediately jump to like manga or, light novels, things like that. But like, Jim Butcher is a giant nerd himself. Really loves role-playing games, right? Like pen and
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
Like,
He describes his writing process as he goes and gets on his laptop and plays D&D with himself.
That's cool.
That seems fun.
that's like super cool. Oh yeah. So you get, most of you guys remember my campaign that I'm part of and have been a part of forever, right?
Yeah.
I remember that there is one. I don't remember a lot of specifics.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I just got here, so.
What's
let's
your
just-
name?
What?
What's your name?
Which one? My character?
Yes.
Yeah, Thorl, the brewmaster, who has literally gone past the point of any mortal, really, and is now brewing things that should really be left to the gods, but like he doesn't care. He just wants to. And so at this point he's searching. He made a deal with a plant. It was a fae, but it's like a plant, to get some special flour, so that he could brew that into his beer. So, he's done a lot of ridiculous things.
Special flower. I get your drift.
Yeah, it's an iris that is purple.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Losing the drift.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. That, by the way, has come up as well. Just nobody took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's just a topic for another venue.
That's a different show.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That would be an interesting show.
that would be a very interesting show. But I digress. Moving back towards maybe watching anime, things like that. There's something that me and my wife together, besides Blendess, we watched that together, of course, because Blendess is amazing. It came highly recommended from the friend who owns said anime store in Rochester, New York. But we watched a show which is known in the anime business as the most successful flop ever. It is Nichijou, the anime. I don't know how many of you have watched it or heard of it, but it's kind of like it's hard to describe what it's like, but it's madness, just clever madness over and over, and there's no real plot line. It's just amazing. But the thing is, it was made back in 2006 or 8 or something like that, and the quality was so good. It's what we expect now from anime, but back then it was very expensive to produce. Very, very expensive. So it made absolutely zero money on the market. It failed miserably financially. But it is one of the most beloved anime in Japan and in the US and worldwide because it is so good.
Gosh, thinking of flops, I made the mistake of trying to watch the live-action Full Metal Alchemist.
Ooh.
I heard mixed things about it.
I got 5 minutes in and then was like, okay, I'm going to go watch the...
Brotherhood or the original?
It's hard to... What I like to do is start on the original, and then when the original and Brotherhood switch over to Brotherhood, I think it works better that way.
Okay. Any particular reason why you do it that way?
It feels like Brotherhood, I think, accelerates the timeline a lot on the very beginning episodes. So if you swap over, it's a
little longer.
It's a little longer, but it feels like you're not being rushed at the very beginning.
I feel that, but I will tell you, Brotherhood, the anime, is word for word with the manga. Literally word for word. It's amazing how they accomplished that. And there's a reason it is the top-rated anime on my anime list. Like, just insanely good.
I'm still kind of new to anime. Like, my knowledge extends to, like, Fairy Tail and Seven Deadly Sins, and I think it's
Those
called...
are both phenomenal shows.
Yeah.
I
You're
mean,
doing better than me. I only know one. It's a good one, but the only one I know but the only anime I know is Cowboy Bebop.
but that's also really good.
The other one
Yeah.
I know
that's
is
the thing.
the Himioto Umaru-chan.
Oh, yeah.
Really cute.
Super cute.
I like it. I wish there were more seasons on Hulu.
You guys should watch Black Butler.
Black Butler is a very interesting... It's a cult classic at this point.
It's one of the only animes where I find the English dub acceptable.
Really?
Okay.
Interesting. I thought that Brotherhood did a really good job with their dub. I think that the acting in Orin High School was also very good on the dub.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah. I mean, just really good acting. And the newer ones are actually getting a lot better because they're actually starting to realize that the voice acting makes a necessary difference. So, like, it's no longer just throw whatever you got there. It's, seek out the voice talent and go for it.
There's a really nice dub, Bakano.
Really?
Which is a bunch of awards, actually.
Yeah, it really did.
For its English dub, which is really fantastic.
Yeah. What else had a really good one? I believe Haruhi Suzumiya had like the dub that made people realize dubs were good. So a friend of mine from a long time ago really held to that, was that Haruhi Suzumiya got him watching dubs instead of subs. You know, in addition to watching the subs, of course you watch the subs. You know, that's how you get it faster. And like with Crunchyroll, if you have Crunchyroll, you get it as it comes out if they have it licensed, which is super cool.
Minor pet peeve relating to this is when there's a dub that also has a sub track, but the sub track doesn't match.
Yeah, I don't know whose fault that is, but somebody did not connect.
It could also just be how it translates.
Yeah, sometimes the sub track is for the Japanese voice, so they just leave it there. But a lot of times with dubs, they'll make some of the jokes more relevant by changing them ever so slightly, or changing the wording around to be flowing better, I guess. You know, reading something and hearing something, there's distinct differences a lot of the time. So, like, you want to make sure that it flows properly. So the director of a dub might change things a little bit. Just, you know, the meaning's the same, but they change it around a little bit.
It's just a little confusing for me as somebody who's a little hard of hearing, so I generally use subtracks anyway.
Right.
So it's just a little bit disconcerting sometimes, because I still get the gist of it. It's just...
Yeah, it can be discombobulating, I imagine.
It illustrates differences in language, though, pretty interestingly, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something I've heard examples of, but I've not noticed, like, when stuff gets brought over to the U.S., they'll, like, change points of it that sometimes make it more creepy. I think Sailor Moon might have been one that was mentioned to me, where people were supposed to be like a couple, but they were changed from a couple to cousins.
So that was more
censorship.
Yeah, that's censorship. They don't do that much anymore, if at all, with anime. But no, that you can blame 4Kids for that. Oh, good old 4Kids entertainment. The reason that the Pokemon dub was so awful in the beginning, but so great, so greatly awful. Yeah. Their censorship was just really off the mark.
Yeah.
Super, super bad.
Is that like the whole Naruto thing with the cigarettes versus the rice ball?
Yes. There's... they did One Piece originally too. Yeah, they did One Piece 2 originally, and it was awful. Then Funimation went back and redid One Piece because it was just too awful to do. Pokemon, since it got Nintendo/Pokemon of America took it back, so they've been doing it on their own. But Funimation got One Piece and redubbed it with all the same voices so that it like made sense. But there is a definitive switch, I believe, in the advanced generation of Pokemon, where the old voice actors go away and the new ones come in, and it's like if you're watching it, like binging it in a row, it's so just jarring. Hearing new voices, you're like, who's that? What's going on? Why?
I mean, as someone that listens to audiobooks a lot, like when I was listening to the one that has 42 is the answer.
Oh,
Hitchhiker's Guide on the Galaxy.
Yeah, the first book was read by one guy who I can't remember who it was.
Stephen Fry, probably.
Yeah, it was Stephen Fry, and then they switch it to someone else for the second book, and I just couldn't continue with it.
That's
because
so
it ruined it. Like, it's like having to refigure out who the characters were. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's so silly. Why would they do that?
Probably money.
Well, there was this one Studio Ghibli movie, Kiki's Delivery Service, where
such a cute movie.
the person that voiced the cat passed away, and so they just didn't have the cat talk for the rest of the movie.
Oh. So you lose something there.
Yeah.
That's so
That
heartbreaking.
reminds me of Uncle Iroh.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
What was amazing, Iroh did it, the same voice actor did the Japanese and the English, or the Chinese and the English, because he could do it. Like...
Once again, Avatar being the superior series.
Yeah, literally.
Avatar just took the best elements of a whole bunch of different traditions and made something beautiful.
They really did.
Oh, but
I
the
forget about
live
all these
action.
animes.
No, we don't talk about the live action.
The live
What live
Yeah,
action?
it was-
There's
There's
no
a live action
doesn't
Avatar
exist.
movie. I don't remember a live action Avatar
I didn't-
movie.
Were you
I
talking
didn't-
about the Blue People movie?
We don't talk about the Blue
The
People.
Blue People movie.
David Cameron's a great director.
Yeah, I didn't like the Blue People movie, but he's done really good work otherwise.
I'm
David
so ready for
Cameron
all
never
the, for
tries
the
to put
new
awful
Ford
twist-
Blue movies.
plot twists and things.
Yeah. No.
You mean
it-
the movies that we've been waiting for like longer than some people have been alive?
Not many people have been
No.
waiting for them.
No, nobody is. No. But as an aside,
person
M. Night
who's been waiting
Shyamalan, get
for
your
those.
hands off our precious series. But anyway, I digress.
Well, I'd like to point out there is a lot of switchover now because Japanese studios are making animes more for an English-speaking audience. Like there's things that go straight up on Netflix, like Fate Apocrypha,
Yep.
which came up
And Crunchyroll, too.
Yeah,
for that
and in
matter.
Crunchyroll, which I don't know if anyone watched it, but
I didn't. Was it good?
I know. Oh.
It was bad.
It certainly happened.
It happened.
It exists now.
Hey, at least Shakespeare was in it. He was funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was way out of left field. I was like, who's this dude who looks like he's dressed like Shakespeare? And then 2 episodes later, it's actually Shakespeare, and I had to leave the room. I was so upset.
Oh, wow. Speaking of that, historical figures, Drifters, when is that getting a second season? It's coming, we know that, but when? Drifters was really good. It was really, really good.
Okay. Side note,
Yep.
you just gave me the idea for this. Just like an animated miniseries based on the life of Shakespeare.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, right?
If it was done right, it'd be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Just like, I don't know if anybody remembers like the kids animated TV show about the revolution that was on TV.
Oh, Liberty Kids?
yeah, Liberty.
I love
Like,
that.
Liberty Kids
show.
was
Shakespeare's
where it's
really-
at.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I would totally watch that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yet again I'm missing a cultural reference. I've never seen Liberty Kids.
I
You
have to
should go
show
watch
you.
it.
I have to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it was something special.
It was. It really, really was.
I
That
hadn't
taught me
thought about
more.
that in so long. until
It
just
taught me
now.
more about America than any class that I had at my old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did a surprisingly good job covering the revolution.
Yeah.
This kind of proves how bad my memory is that I forgot like all about like Avatar, Liberty Kids, and all these animes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
animated shows. I'm like, oh,
Actually,
to be
me and
fair,
my
I
wife.
hadn't thought about Liberty Kids in at least 10 years until
No.
10 seconds ago.
Right?
we talked about it a few months ago. We were just talking about
Oh,
like you and I did.
Yeah, okay. Then until then, I hadn't thought about it in 10 years.
Anyway, yeah, my wife and I actually watched most of Avatar. Then we got sidetracked by other things like work, real life. So boring.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Adulting.
Why do we have
Ooh,
to
Legend of
adult?
Korra
Why
is a
can't we
good
just
one.
cat and hide under our desks watching anime?
I prefer to nerd in a basement, but that's just me.
Why can't you do both?
That's true.
Cats are nerds.
Cats are nerds. I
Just big
strongly hold to
fluffy
that.
nerds.
Cats like to laze around all day. They like to hang out in front of TVs. They're pretty good
They
about
like to have other people do everything for them.
exactly.
What about the laser pointer? How does that relate?
Laser pointer represents anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. And
Sorry.
other things, just nerd hobbies in general.
More
You end up
reasons to have
spending
cat.
an exorbitant amount on cats, exorbitant amount on nerd hobbies.
Yeah.
Good times.
And you can spend exorbitant amounts on lasers if you really want to.
Exactly.
Just don't shine lasers in people's eyes
That's rude. Don't do that.
or at planes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like don't shine anime at me.
Yeah. It's a problem because then I disappear for a few days. Oh yeah. I've got just so much to watch. I've
Same.
so much to watch, so little time.
Yeah.
Do you watch
Adulting.
one thing at a time, or do you watch multiple things?
It depends. I like to do things one at a time. I usually binge watch. So
Yeah.
I'm one of those people who
Yeah.
takes, if I can, takes a 12 episode series, watches it in a night. It takes about 4 hours, 4.5. No big deal. I can do that. If it's like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that's 52 episodes. That's a couple nights.
I mean, I did that with Doctor Who when I started watching it.
Well, Doctor Who is like,
It also kind of depends for me, at least, on, how the series is treating me. Because sometimes while watching The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, for example, sometimes you just need to put the show in timeout and go watch something else.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we need to get back into Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So-
might ask to join when you watch that,
Okay.
if it's possible.
So-
Potentially.
Like, here's the thing. With dark shows like that, you need a palate cleanser series. Now, that comes in many forms. There's just plain feel-good anime. There is a genre of anime now dedicated to palate cleansing, so to speak. They're just good anime that just make you feel good and no drama, no major plot twists. Just watch it, relax, and enjoy. And it's amazing.
It's kind of like the snippets I've seen of, I think it's called, is it Squid Girl?
Squid Girl. Okay, so
That
Squid
was
Girl
cute.
isn't exactly a palate cleanser. It is
No.
chaotic as heck.
Oh, darn.
But it's so cute. You have to watch it.
The little snippet I saw was, I think, a clip on Facebook. It was little Squid Girl getting fed and like being chased around by the big person. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
so chibi and cute.
Oh yeah, she's adorable. Absolutely adorable. But
Oh.
she's a little I guess kind of tsundere. Yeah, she's just a little tsundere, but to everybody.
Oh.
What would you say are the your top five palette cleansers if someone was looking for one?
Flying Witch is a relatively new series, but it's just super cute, super nice, easygoing. Watch it and feel good about yourself.
I think your camera went to sleep, by the way.
Oh, that's all right. I think it's still recording. We're good. I'm hoping it's recording. If it's not recording, then we're done. But whatever. We're still we're on the air, guys. It's fine.
And YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Exactly. That I totally didn't forget to turn on 5 minutes late.
We're on to you.
Yay. Let's see. What else?
Knocking turdy.
Dragon Maid.
Although,
Yes, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Super cute.
Doggone it.
Not too much plot. Just super nice. Good, easy watch.
What's that one with the little mummy thing?
Oh, right. Mummy's Life or something like that?
I don't know.
I know the one you're talking
I saw
about.
like clips of it and I thought it was really cute, but I was too lazy to go and find it.
Yeah, I forget the full name of it. I believe it's on Crunchyroll. Or like My Life with a Mummy, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It aired like last season or 2 seasons ago, something like that.
my feel good go to like cleanser was the Himiyoto.
It's called How to Raise a Mummy.
Oh.
My wife with the catch there. Sweet.
Yay! Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Mrs.
forget
Frost.
that
We
there are,
love you.
know,
Or at least I
people
love
who
you.
can hear our
Too bad you
conversation.
can't have her on the show one day.
Oh, that would be nice. But, she has, responsibilities because she's a good nerd. She does responsible
Well,
things.
is there a way that she could potentially call into the show?
Potentially. That's something to work out for another day.
Yeah.
But, right now I'm working, on 6 different things. So,
yeah.
we'll
It
like
might be
that.
a little bit complicated to manage right now.
Yes.
And adulting is hard sometimes.
Adulting is super hard. Why don't they teach you this? There should be a class in college called Adulting 101. No,
Yes.
not even college, high school. Adulting 101.
Both.
I mean, how many people?
Is that the class where they tell you that adults are actually just making it up as they go?
Yes.
I think
But
it should
they
be
also-
both.
They also teach you how to, change a tire, do your taxes, take care of house things.
How to build a
Balance a
resume?
budget.
Yeah, build a resume, balance
Cover
a
letter?
budget.
Or-
Life
Might be its
skills.
own class.
The first
How to be
school
a
I
decent
went
human
to,
being?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
The
That
first,
also needs to
the
be its
first
own
school I went
class.
to, they did not have a home ec class.
Mine didn't either.
I didn't have a home ec class
I didn't
either.
have one.
Same.
Or middle school we did. We had a family consumer science class where we learned how to do basic cooking, how to sew.
So those are life skills that everybody should know.
I mean, I will admit half the recipes I know at this point come from YouTube.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. Frankly, I never had home ec. I just know how to cook because I learned from my grandfather at a very young age.
A lot of my cooking is just,
Also,
here's a piece of meat.
I'd like to point out that once again, Talking Nerdy has gone straight to food. Not
Food is
half an
nerdy.
hour in,
Food is
we're at
awesome.
food.
Isn't there the
Always.
anime Food Wars?
Oh my God! Don't get me started on Food Wars. I
haven't-
love me
oh.
some Food Wars.
I've only seen a little bit of the first episode. I'm not that far into it, so
Oh my word!
spoiler on
I
me.
love me some Food Wars. The
Yeah,
manga
okay.
is phenomenal.
You know, Alex, if we
Good
had
to know.
bigger kitchen between the two of us, I would say we should have a cook-off.
Yeah, Shokugeki might
Hello?
be nice.
Talking Nerdy live.
Yeah.
Off.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
That,
Steven,
But
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Kitchen.
We'd have to do a play-by-play though.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
the
guys should
kitchen.
do pancake art.
Oh, pancake art.
Pancake art's
Wait,
hard.
Steven doesn't know how to make pancakes.
Wait, what?
Steven does not know how to make
Last
pancakes.
time I made pancakes at my parents' house, I got a visit from some nice firemen.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he did.
Ask Steven how he makes scrambled eggs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I
Scrambled
went
eggs?
back to the actual recipe that Gordon Ramsay taught me on YouTube.
Okay, you
Oh,
like the
instead of
British
making
style.
like the big, cooking pot.
I'm not doing that ever again. That was experimenting.
That was
and it was a
disgusting.
fail.
So long as we're having a cook-off, since Steven challenged Alex, I guess that means Alex gets to choose the weapons, or, in this case, what they're cooking. So clearly that means pancakes are still fair game.
Yes,
Or-
pancakes are, in fact, not a lie.
How about if you guys do it where we live?
Oh.
I pick the recipe and go from there.
I'd just like to point out, if we do this, you have to promise not to make those faces that they do in that comic.
Yes.
You can't,
Oh, dear.
You
Oh,
can't do
no.
that in front of me.
No.
Like, I won't be a party to that.
No. Food wars can get a little bit intense in that regard, but fine. It's fine.
It's one of those animes where it's not inappropriate per se, but
Well,
no.
you don't want a teacher to see you watching it at school.
yeah.
it's
It
like
is
that,
for all
eh?
ages. It
Okay.
just food
There's
can
a
be
Canadian
really good, like orgasmically good.
Not that
It
good.
would raise a lot of questions.
It's that
Speaking of, I'm sorry.
good. Go ahead.
Is it Binging with Babish?
What?
Is this
Oh, on
guy on
YouTube.
Facebook, on YouTube and Facebook? I think is where I've seen him. He recreates
Food
These
that he sees
food-
in like
like Ratatouille,
That's so cool.
Bob's
I think I
Burgers,
saw
and stuff
a
like that.
recommendation for he recreated the sandwich from Adventure Time.
Yes, exactly. He's really
apparently
good.
awful.
It's really
I don't-
funny.
I don't know what he used for the lobster soul.
I do.
Ooh.
He used a lobster shell like emulsion type thing, like
Oh,
aioli. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
He made like a stock out of the using the shell, and then he like ground it up and then put it in an aioli and then drizzled it somewhere like sauce or something.
And Steven goes straight to the
Thank you.
Pokemon Go.
Yes, I'm a nerd enough to be playing Pokemon. Yes, I'm enough of a nerd to be playing Pokemon Go while doing a radio show.
We have video evidence.
yeah.
Like, I might be chatting on my phone, but I'm talking to my wife, so I don't know what your excuse is.
I'm chatting with Kwawe, who has very harsh opinions about Blend S.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I was
Why?
briefly chatting with an
I don't
old
know.
Landmark College radio DJ.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Kwawe ain't here. Kwawe decided to go to Walmart instead of being here with us. So,
Yeah, Kwawe is also listening in on this. So Kwawe, just in case you're still listening,
yeah.
you're in big trouble.
Yeah. That's right. Kwawe is normally on Talking Nerdy with us, but again, he went to Walmart instead. That's fine.
I mean,
I'm not hurt at all.
I can't remember. I really only go to Walmart when there's no other choice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the time when Talking Nerdy, we used to just disguise our feelings about things by calling things different things. But now we don't do that anymore because we're lazy. Like good nerds, we are lazy. But yeah, no. So you guys know how my manga collection is like massive, right?
I could have guessed.
Specifically, but I assumed.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. It's like 4 bookshelves big. Well, I sold some of it because like I had to. First of all, I really hated Soul Eater. You know Soul Eater? The manga ended terribly. It was just such a. The guy gave
Didn't
up.
you sell that
I'm
at the end of
talking
last
about-
semester? I think I remember that.
He gave up.
But I'm talking about still with that anime, best opening to an anime ever.
So, I
That
love
opening the title sequence.
Yes,
is so good.
So good. The
Oh.
song really good.
Yeah.
Resonance by TM Revolution, by the way, for those of you who didn't know. That's the name of the song in the opening. For the
I
first
have-
one. The second one I was like, Paper
Good
Moon's
opening.
okay, but
Yeah.
the first one really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the opening for that, but my favorite opening of any anime was Angel Beats.
Oh my word, I love My Soul Your Beats. Which one did you like better, the Leah version or the Lisa version?
I don't remember the difference.
Leah is the one that's purely piano. Lisa is the one, it's the Yui version technically. You know Yui, the little girl with the pink hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she does it in episode 4, when she does the opening with the guitar riff version is Lisa, the one who did Crossing Field, the opening to Sword Art Online, and a bunch of other stuff. Really talented musician. I personally, it depends on the day. My Soul Your Beats is perhaps one of my favorite songs. Phenomenally composed, very well, just put together amazingly. By the way, Jun Maeda, the one who wrote Angel Beats, also wrote all the music for Angel Beats,
Oh,
including My
that's cool.
Soul Your Beats. So, yeah, I love it so much. But I really like the rock version when I'm driving because it gets me going like 85, and then I have to slow down.
There are some songs you should not listen to while driving.
No, that's absolutely true. Like, basically, like really good metal music. Don't listen to driving because I'll go fast.
Yeah, like Wagner,
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one time I was pulled over for speeding, I had Highway to Hell on.
AC/DC. Yeah, AC/DC is a dangerous one.
Yeah. Thankfully, that was a warning.
Yeah.
Knock
yeah.
on wood, I've never had a speeding ticket.
Yeah, well, let's knock right away.
Well, so far I've never gotten a speeding ticket on my bike, and I do listen to a fair amount of AC/DC, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will. I mean,
I don't usually break the speed limit, so I should be okay.
you're on a bike, so it'd be more challenging to break the speed limit than
But
on a car.
Teddy,
It
isn't your
can be
bike
done.
powered by gas and or electric?
Depends on which bike you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Teddy is a master bike builder, so he's got...
I'm not a master. That would imply that I've had schooling.
No, not necessarily.
Well-
Back in the olden days,
Well,
people learned by doing, not by going
Well,
to
being
school.
like a master bike builder is an actual position.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, that's a real thing, and I
Oh.
am not that. So
Well, you should get that.
Yeah, and also respectfully, in the olden days, people sneezed and then died 2 days later. So like, we don't judge them. Like,
Yep.
we don't judge ourselves by their exploits.
Fair enough.
But at the same time, they didn't have grocery stores, and they still got by.
That's true.
Yeah.
But anyway,
How many of us could grow our own food and live off of them?
probably, but it would take a
Nope.
long time, and I'm lazy because I'm a nerd.
I would never be able to eat meat again.
If I
If I
lived,
could channel my dad's green thumb, I'd be good.
if I lived in the olden times, I fully plan on being very rich, so I just afford all the same stuff.
See,
That's
that's,
my
my
plan.
That's a
that's
big
my
plan of
plan no
mine.
matter
Be
when
rich.
I live.
Good plan.
Whenever
Good plan.
anybody asks me, "Oh, Stephanie, what would you have done if you were born in this period of time?" and my response is always, "I would be dead."
Cholera. It's always cholera.
Or the plague.
The plague only
Ooh,
happened
yeah.
a few times. Cholera happened
It
all
was
the time.
only a few
Or
times.
or you piss off the wrong nobleman and
Off with your head. Yep. It happens.
I probably would have angered the wrong person.
Well, it all depends on when and where you're living.
That's true.
Because if you're living in the magical kingdom of fairy tale, then
Hey.
it is what you make it.
Fiore is awesome, first of all. And
See, I was thinking sort of generic fairy tale. You were thinking like actual anime fairy tale.
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with
Mind
the
you-
anime, so
Hun, this is the Talking Nerdy Show.
I don't
So-
know.
I
what you
realized that and figured out what I had said immediately after I said it.
I'm going to point out that the back
I
of
was
my
thinking
computer,
like Ella Enchanted fairy tale world.
Okay.
Yeah, the back of my computer has the fairy tale emblem on it. It's my favorite anime ever. No, nothing. No big deal.
And your wife awesomely has the fairy tale emblem.
Right? I would not have met my wife. Well, I would have met her, but I don't think we would have ever started dating if it hadn't been for fairy tale. See,
It's such a cute
Yeah,
story.
I was minding my own business. My mother called me, which, I was trying to mind my own business, but I answered the phone. And, but when my phone rang, it played the fairy tale theme because that was my ringtone, because of course it was at the time. It's now the opening, actually, one of my favorite openings from the anime Working.
Well, he doesn't need to have a fairy tale ringtone anymore because he's found his wife.
Exactly. Well, no, that's true. But anyway, it goes off. She looks at me after I'm done on the phone. She's like, "Was that fairy tale?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was fairy tale." She's like, "Oh my god, I love fairy tale." I'm like, "It's my favorite anime." And then, years later, we're like,
There y'all are.
"Yeah, we're married." But it's good. First of all, two things about that story. I was in a hobby shop. Second thing, I met because of an anime. You know what my mother told me all the time? You're never going to meet a girl in a hobby shop, and you're never going to get married over anime. And you know what? I did both. So you know what?
Win.
Winning.
But did you meet a nice doctor or lawyer?
It doesn't matter. My Uncle Harvey didn't get involved. Anyway, I don't actually have an Uncle Harvey.
Well, that would have made it difficult for him to get involved now, wouldn't it?
Very much so. Anyway. Yeah, no. There's been a lot of cool developments over the summer too, nerdy wise. I mean, you know, talking about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Ow, that's my toe.
Yeah, seeing as I lived on an island where they tried to ban nerds because they're not rich enough or something.
I wouldn't say that, but
Well,
yeah.
How do you think they pay for all their manga and other
Yeah, no.
nerdy stuff?
We
Well,
are
what do you
selectively wealthy. We are wealthy in nerd goods.
Yeah,
But it's not just manga.
We are wealthy, and then we go to the game store, and then we are not wealthy anymore.
Pretty much.
yeah. There's a reason I have told everyone no letting me buy stuff at Bull Moose.
Yeah, Bull Moose is really good. But anyway,
Leash.
Huh?
Tight leash.
Yes.
Gets you one of those
Tight
retractable
leash.
leashes, which I do not agree with normally.
but
Just as a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, one could argue I have a little bit of a redneck tendency to just spend money on stuff I don't need.
that's nerds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
but
just rednecks. That's everyone,
Yeah, but
Steven.
I do that for cars, and I don't know how nerdy that is.
I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah. Well, the car fandom is really, really full of people that just argue over pointless things. Every car is likely to break down, or it goes faster than it should, or just has something wrong with it.
I saw a car back home that somebody had the paint for the car was just Pokemon.
That's
Oh my
And that
lord,
was
that's awesome.
that was one of the most awesome cars I've ever seen.
I think the most awesome car I saw was a few years ago. It was a black Jeep with the license plate Baba.
Yeah, that was around here. I remember that.
No,
You
that
know,
was up
you
north,
could around
but I saw
here
it.
find a car that has
saw
the
it
license
years ago.
plate love
Of anime with the fairy tale sticker on the back
Yes,
and the,
there's
and
a
the,
local
and the Legend of
car
Zelda
around
sticker
here
on the back.
called
Yeah, I've seen it. It's parked
with
outside my
license plate
suite.
Baba Black.
Yeah, that's
cool.
my car.
Oh.
I've been considering copying your license plate, but for the state my car's from.
Oh yeah, well you could, but yeah,
I just
no,
forget to do
Yeah,
it.
that's my car.
Nope. My
You
car-
you have gotten me a lot of
Ow, stop stepping
clout
on
on
my foot.
Snapchat. I send that out daily.
That's awesome.
I think the nerdiest thing on my car is a magnet from Wicked that has Ephelba. And
Oh,
it
yeah?
says, you say Wicked like it's a bad thing.
You also have a Simon's cat on there, don't you?
I do. I have a Simon's cat.
He's hungry. He wants you to
I
fill
love
up his
those.
bowl.
Simon's cat is
His
super
bowl's
cool.
on
I like the
my-
little kitten.
Yes.
Did you know that the kitten, this is on YouTube, so
What? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
is based on Simon's black cat named Teddy.
Yeah, and I think the actual the main cat, so to speak, is based on another one of his cats.
I think it's a little bit of all of them.
Yeah, he's got
so
like
cute.
8 cats or something like that.
Simon's cat is so very. He is so very much a cat.
I don't
You
know
know?
much
Yes.
other nerdy stuff on mine.
Hmm.
On my car, other than
Yeah.
my medical condition sticker.
Yeah, but like that's okay.
That's a fixable problem. We're about to
Yeah.
put Toothless on
yes,
there.
Toothless.
Oh yes. So
That
like
is a
they're
show
making a
that I
third
wish-
movie, aren't they?
I believe so.
Yes.
When did the second one come out?
A while ago, but
How long
just a while. I don't remember, but but the TV show is every bit as good as the movies are, which
Is
is
it
a
really?
rare thing. Yeah, no, it is every bit as awesome.
Cool. It's out of the spoiler wall. Can we talk about my biggest gripe with How to Train Your Dragon 2?
Yeah, of course.
They
What?
killed Hiccup's dad.
I know.
He was my
Yeah,
favorite
that was
character.
like so unexpected.
Yes, but he's still in the show.
Yeah, well, that's
And,
because it
like,
happens before the movie. Second
Yes.
movie.
I think
yes,
it's weird
the
to
show,
see-
The show bridges the gap between the movies.
It's
and
weird
you
to see-
explain how Hiccup gets leveled up like that.
It's weird to see characters in a show or a game or whatever when you know that they're gonna die.
I know, it's heartbreaking. But, like, he was my favorite character. Like, Stoic started out, like, kind of a dick. Let's be real. But, like, then he grew. He grew up into a really good character. You know, and then they kill him. And I'm like,
how is Hiccup supposed to be the chief with Stoic around?
because Stoic was gonna give it to him.
Stoic did give it to him, but Hiccup would never really be able to be chief so long as Stoic was, around, unless Stoic retires to retired Chief Island.
But that's fine too. Like he could have retired with
I
his
would have
mom.
accepted retired Chief Island.
Me
That would have
too.
been pretty good.
With his mom, reconnected.
With his mom and their hundreds of tiny dragons.
Yes.
Now I'm imagining a movie based around retired Chief Island.
That sounds excellent.
That says,
I mean, it's either going to be a bunch of people fighting or it's going to be like Florida.
no, it's going to be like Valhalla.
Except my brain instead goes to the book, His Majesty's Dragon,
Oh,
Temeraire.
Yes.
I haven't read that.
Can I give a brief summary of it?
by all means, please
Okay.
do.
So, it's a historical fantasy novel. It's essentially the Napoleonic Wars, but with the addition of dragons. The dragons are intelligent. Various countries have different attitudes about how to treat them. The British are very British about it.
So they're very polite and gentlemanly sometimes. They try to.
Depends on the person.
How very British.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, no, you've got
Wait.
big old dragon transport ships.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Do the British dragons complain about the weather?
Temeraire
Sometimes,
does
yeah.
a little bit
Then that's very British of them.
Yes.
because I pictured Temeraire and Toothless to be very, very similar.
Yes.
Except Temeraire is just a little bit more.
If you
What's the
like,
other one?
if you like reading about British politics of that era and also, Napoleonic history and stuff like that, you'll really love them. If Napoleonic history and British politics aren't your cup of tea, then you'll like the first, 2-3 books and then get bogged down.
Ah. I found that with certain series.
Yes.
That
But-
the first books are great, and then it kind of trails off.
Well, the rest of the books are good too. There's just a lot of other stuff that might not be of interest.
Right.
But it is worth noting that there's, this great big 30-ton dragon that likes tea.
Well,
And he
how
likes
very
to
British.
be read to.
And well, he's...
I mean, what's wrong with tea?
Nothing.
Well,
I like
a little bit of a spoiler, but he's a Chinese dragon, so of course he likes tea.
Well, the
He's a
books
Chinese
are-
dragon raised by a British sea captain.
Aren't
So,
the books over
yeah.
5 years old?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's still not great to spoil things, but
Yeah.
like
That's a very minor spoiler.
Yeah.
right. But like obviously exploring something and reading it, watching it,
Yeah.
experiencing it for yourself, best way to experience things. And major points. Like if I were to talk about Fairy Tale, I wouldn't give away the major points. I'd be like, you have to watch it. It's great. I could go on, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But I want people to watch
But you
it for
also
themselves.
gotta give just enough spoilers to get people interested, so that they
Right.
want to find out all the information surrounding it.
It's a fine line. It is.
I don't know why, but Teddy, you made me now want tea.
Ah, thank you.
I don't like tea.
It is a little bit late in the evening for black tea.
What about a
Says
chamomile?
Oh, isn't chamomile tea supposed to be really
For
relaxing?
caffeine.
We're back on food.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're back on food.
No, this is drinks.
Because I'm following
Well, this
along
is
on
tea.
on your YouTube live channel.
Yes.
Um,
You mean youtube.com/FrostRaven? Actually,
Yes.
not really, but like search for Frost Raven on YouTube.
a very kind listener said, How to Train Your Dragon 3 comes out March 1st, 2019.
Ooh.
And the Lego movie, the second part, comes out February 8th, 2019.
Yes. That very kind person happens to be the one and only DJ Orange, who is a veteran of this radio station. So, yes. So, thank you, Orange. Wealth of
thank
knowledge,
you.
as always. And yes,
Does
March
he-
1st.
I have one other question for Mr. Orange. Does he happen to know when the next season of Game of Thrones comes out? As long as we're, asking him these things.
I'm sure he will. But you see, it's funny when I am streaming to my computer and then streaming to YouTube, there's like a minute and a half delay.
Oh, no.
So, like, he'll get that in a minute and a half.
Yep.
And then he'll respond and it'll be great.
It's kind of
After
weird being
we've
back
talked
on the
about
radio,
something
to be
else.
honest.
Maybe I
It's
should start
been-
watching that.
Game
Start
of Thrones?
watching what?
Game of
Oh
Thrones?
my gosh.
You
It's
don't
been
like violence.
6 years since I've been on the radio.
Oh, is it violent?
Oh my word!
Game of Thrones
Oh.
is an excellent show if the cheery optimism of The Walking Dead is too much for you.
I've never seen The Walking Dead.
That's a good way to put it.
It is not. I did not come up with that phrasing. I can't take credit for it. I just saw it on the internet and it was too good, so I had
But-
to remember it.
On the internet, it's kind of like public domain. sometimes.
Yeah, like it's public domain. I'm totally comfortable sharing it. I just can't, say
can't
I came
claim
up
it,
with
for
it because
sure.
I didn't.
Right.
We're gonna-
But yeah, no, it's the internet's a wonderful place. It can also be a
Very dark
steaming pile
place.
of garbage. But
You don't say.
it's either one or the other. Like there is no in between.
It's very
I'm
dark
sorry, there is no in
place.
between.
Yeah.
Well, Tumblr is sort of in the middle.
What is?
Tumblr.
No, Tumblr is
No.
like the garbage disposal.
Explain to
I've
someone.
heard that Tumblr is just like toxic at this point.
Yeah.
It can be.
Tumblr
Sometimes
was
it's
pretty great
wholesome.
for a while.
It
I haven't
was.
been on in a while, and frankly, I'm a little bit scared too.
Like occasionally you can find like the good wholesome stuff like, oh,
Yeah,
you're wonderful, you matter type
you gotta
stuff.
find the right blog, basically.
Yeah.
But Tumblr and Reddit are kind of just garbage heaps now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I've
Reddit's getting better. We're starting to kick off some of the people who they really need to be kicking off.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. The only reason Tumblr hasn't gotten better is because the support staff just like won't delete people who are really awful.
That's awful.
I mean,
because
That
they
sounds like
got
a
bought
lot
by
of
you
platforms
by
now.
Yahoo, and then Yahoo like sort of gave up on it.
Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, Tumblr hasn't had. I don't think Tumblr ever had good staff since the beginning.
No.
No, there's a good user base, but like the user base is under siege by like millions upon millions of porn bots.
Oh.
who,
Gosh.
like, comment on all the posts, and then there's like the occasional like
Human?
literal Nazi or the human pet guy who's still there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In case you didn't know who the human pet guy is, don't look it up.
Please don't. Just
I
don't.
don't want to know.
yeah.
don't.
It's really funny, but like don't look it up.
Don't.
I learned the hard way in a book. If the author says don't look it up,
Don't look it
listen
up.
to the author. I'll never get that
author-
image out of my head.
The author has done you a favor and taken the
Stepping
bullet
on my
for you.
foot, Teddy.
So, like, be careful.
Always remember the rule of the internet. What has been seen cannot be unseen.
Yeah. Every year at the con I go to, there is a panel called Things That Cannot Be Unseen.
Oh, God.
And you know what? It's amazingly awful. And I go every year because I'm a glutton for punishment.
I mean, I can tell you things off the show that would I don't want you the listeners to look up, but are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got plenty of them. I just
Yeah,
won't say
just
them.
Go
for
on
anybody.
the Reddit 50/50 challenge. You'll find all the horrible things you want.
How about we don't do that?
Let's
Yeah.
not let children do this.
Yes. Orange has come in with another suggestion. If anybody likes RPGs, a series that he recommends is the Chaos Seed. It's like an RPG book series. So, yes.
Ooh.
Thank you for the awesome suggestion, Orange. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to talk in the chat. I will read it out, and if it's pertinent to the conversation, I'm going to say it because it's good to engage with the community.
Yep.
So
Yeah, YouTube.
yeah, YouTube. YouTube. I have my gripes with YouTube, but for the most part, it's okay. It's not bad. I watch more YouTube than I do actual television.
Same.
I have watched more YouTube and actual television probably for 5 years now, at least.
I would agree with that statement.
I mean, for car shows, the car shows on YouTube are a lot better than the stuff they try to do on TV.
Right. They have to
there's-
commercialize TV, not YouTube so much.
Yeah.
Although-
YouTube is in an interesting place with that because
Yeah.
they're trying to both commercialize it and not commercialize it too much, and that's a hard line to find.
And creators are getting upset, understandably.
Because everybody wants their pound of flesh, and creators just want to be able to keep creating
the way
and-
they've been creating, which is
Yeah,
not
and-
too much to ask.
Yeah, they joined a platform because it was a certain way, and if it gets changed too much from that, people are going to start leaving. Some
Right.
people have, and that just means that the community of its formed is going to fall apart, which is a shame because nowhere else has that.
Right. And it's also just like people are leaving Twitch and going to Mixer. things like that, different streaming platforms, just because that's just how it is. Oh,
We got
Kwawe.
Kwawe.
Kwawe decided to join us. Be careful there. Yeah.
You on your microphone, Alex.
Okay, that's cool.
Actually, we're leaving soon anyway. So
So yeah,
I'm
Lizzy
gonna-
and Teddy
I'm gonna
unfortunately
move-
have to head out because they've got
Hey,
a
how
big
about you
weekend
and
doing
Kwame
some
take
charity
this one?
stuff. So
I'll take that one.
I have to get up
Yes.
in 5
yeah,
hours.
Teddy also has to be.
yeah, Teddy.
Kwawe, we
Teddy
each got
has
our
a
own
adult thing to
mics.
do.
Wait,
Grab yours while the getting's good.
never mind. Let's go.
Yeah, careful with that cord again.
All right, me and Leo.
You want to
What's up?
stay on that
Yeah,
one?
let's talk. Nerdy.
We're in the recording booth in the house. What's up? What's
Oh,
happening?
yeah, that's who we are.
Okay.
Anyway, Kwawe, welcome to the show. Say hi to the
Blend S
camera.
is trash.
Yeah.
Say hi to the camera.
Camera.
Yeah, the camera. This is gonna be on TV,
Why,
Kwawe,
why do we have a camera?
because it's gonna be on TV, Kwawe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you need to go into hair and makeup?
No, well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I got like a band.
Okay,
for my
let's
headphones.
get him in. Guys, come on.
Give me a minute.
Yes. So Kwawe's gonna go to the powder room and touch himself up. In the meantime,
Jack, whose
jacket.
jacket?
Let's go.
Whose jacket is that?
I don't know. It's my fashion jacket now, though.
all right.
I want to say something.
Okay.
I disagree with everything y'all have said up till this point. And I want you to know that I have been listening.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Speak for what you believe in, Kwawe.
You know what? It's almost like you do this every week.
Oh, yeah, no. Play the contrarian up until it's inconvenient for me. That's what I do. But, so, I've been trapped in Walmart limbo for the last, 30 minutes to an hour of my life.
Oh dear. Really?
It's awful. Yeah, well, I thought I'd be able to get here by 8:30. Leo, I'm so sorry for leaving you high and dry. Thank you for getting my fashion jacket for me. But I mean, where to begin? I'm sorry. I don't mean to sidetrack everything. What were we talking about before this?
I don't really remember.
Were we talking about how Leo's an artist?
Yo, Leo is in fact an artist.
We're back on this.
Yes, we are.
Where do I begin? I mean, okay, so here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I needed to go to Walmart.
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, no. You get into your big story.
Okay,
Yes,
so
go.
I just needed to pick up some shirts because I only brought 3.
Did you get anything nerdy?
No.
Ooh, what a wasted trip.
I thought about getting a Yu-Gi-Oh card bin tin, and then I realized I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, so that was kind of a wasted effort.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Hey, 2 of us play Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
well, I don't.
Well, I left my deck on an island, so
You mean the island of Hawaii?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
good
it's a
island.
little too far for me to go home and get it.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway,
Okay, cool. Oh, I like this. This
Yeah,
feels.
yeah. This.
yes,
Can we get a little closer, a little more intimate?
Yeah. Let's
Oh,
put our faces
I
together.
like this a lot.
cool.
But so yeah, so I'm at Walmart, and
Yep.
first off, I have this one friend. I'm not gonna go name bombing her, but she's from New Jersey, and she is our driver.
Yes.
And I think that should cue in most audiences who've ever been in a car with anyone who drives from New Jersey.
Terrifying.
It's 20 miles above the speed limit or bust. That's how it is. And
Yes,
so,
I don't see the problem with that. Do you, Steven?
I don't
Steven,
speed.
you better see a problem with this.
I don't speed. No speeding. I have a CDL. I don't ever speed.
No, of course you don't. Not at all.
Okay. Steven, just for the sake of agreeing with me, say you have a problem with it.
I have a problem with what?
People who speed limits are here for a reason. This is the most unnerdy thing I have brought to this.
Yes,
conversation.
Being
pretty
nerdy
much.
is about going fast cars.
Yes.
80 miles an hour.
and this was
30
listening
miles
to
per hour
Eurobeat.
zone.
There we go. We brought
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Eurobeat into it. Okay, then I'll wrap this up quick. Anyway,
I want Miku on the radio.
Yeah, where's
Oh my
Miku?
God.
Stat.
I want Miku back.
You have
Miku
3.
is great.
Can we talk about how Miku's birthday was recently?
Yes. it was
You
like
only know that because I
yesterday.
told you.
Yes,
Yesterday.
It was like yesterday or 2 days ago.
August
No,
8th.
it wasn't.
What?
August 8th.
How
it
dare
August?
you not know when Miku's
It was
birthday
actually
is?
like a month ago. Don't look it up because I don't want you to be right.
It was like a week ago.
I don't want to be wrong. So don't look up and make me wrong.
Our God,
You'll have to tell those of us who
It's
don't.
August 31st.
our
Who
God
is
Miku?
Miku?
Our God Miku, you do not know of
Hatsune
Miku?
Miku is born on August 31st.
I don't believe you. I think it's
Someone's
August
going to
8th.
have to explain that to me.
Hatsune Miku.
a Vocaloid thing.
It is a holographic idol. It is a virtual idol. Is the best way to put it.
She's
Y'all
my
are
wife.
So bad at this.
She's great. She's phenomenal.
So
Yeah.
what?
Buy tickets to go see her in concert.
Yeah, they watch a
Yes.
20-foot tall, like, turquoise girl prance around a stage with a live band.
Actually, 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
But the band members are normal size.
While she does full choreography and dancing at the same time. She's really so talented.
It's super cool. She's
also
awesome.
She also sings.
Yeah.
In multiple languages.
She's like fake Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
But better
Or
than
real
Britney Spears.
Beyonce. If Beyonce were real, that's Hatsune Miku.
Fair enough. But anyway,
Yeah.
your point of going to Walmart.
Just to pick up some toiletries that I hadn't brought for.
Yes.
Just in general. Anyways, so my Jersey friend, she's driving at 80 miles per hour in a 50 mile per hour zone, sometimes 40 mile per hour zone. And
Okay, that's a bit extreme.
I'm in the back seat with 3 of my other friends, and during the entirety of the drive, we are all looking at each other with that "we are going to die" face.
Oh, I know that face.
We're going through all 5 stages of guilt. Leo, do you happen to remember what those 5 stages are?
They are grief, denial, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
We went through all 5 of those on the trip to freaking Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart.
It really be like that, though.
I don't want to have on my epitaph he died going to Walmart.
Okay, first of all, epitaph? No.
Yeah.
Also,
what is it?
Walmart, we really do be like that.
It would be an
Walmart.
obituary. The epitaph would be on your gravestone. Unless
Yeah.
that's what you
No,
want on
that's
your
exactly
gravestone.
what I'm talking about.
Oh, you
I don't
want it on your
my
gravestone.
gravestone.
Okay.
Or
He
my
died going to
obituary.
Walmart.
Or my
Yeah.
obituary.
He died doing what he loved. in
Going to
Walmart.
Walmart.
So we're all panicking in the back seat, like
Yep.
we might not actually see the light of day. Anyways, though,
But you make it.
we
But
make
we
it-
gotta get back for nerdy talk.
Yeah, well, no, we make it. It's like 7. Is it 7? No, it's 7 now, and I'm like, okay, you know
No,
what?
it's not.
It's like 9.
No,
But anyway.
Sorry, in the story we get there at 7.
'Kay.
It's like,
In
okay.
this fictional world that we live in.
Yeah.
If we shop for 30 minutes, it will take 30 minutes to get back. Probably 20, given the fact of how she's driving like a maniac. That's fine.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're shopping. I'm getting everything I need. I'm getting what's on my shopping list, what's on my friend's shopping list, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We dash through. It's fine. We check out. Everything's going smooth. And I'm waiting next to my 3 friends who are all in the back seat. And we're waiting at the entrance, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. We're finished checkout. We're waiting, and we're waiting. And we're thinking to ourselves, where the hell are these girls? Where are they? There are 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I go back inside. We were all waiting outside at the time. I go back inside. I see them there. They're checking out. Okay, they have 3 more items. That's fine. I go back outside. I talked to one of my friends named Luke. I'm like, Luke, pull up the show on your iPod. I want to see what's happening because apparently Leo texted Luke saying that y'all were roasting me.
Well, I was planning on instigating a roast of Kwawe, and it only happened for about 30 seconds, which I'm mad
that's
about.
Weak. Y'all are weak. Anyways.
I know.
Well,
we could
only
have gone
2 of
in.
us knew. Only
No,
3
wait.
of us knew you.
We actually, let's just do it now. Kwawe, you dumb looking, you're wearing sandals. Look at you.
I don't appreciate how you're knocking out my dress style.
Yeah, your jeans are ripped, kind of.
Hey,
I don't like your shirt.
No worse than me with cutoffs. I'm coming to your defense, Claude.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
All right.
How dare you interrupt the story time
That roast-
on Talking Nerdy?
That roast was pretty bad. Anyways,
pretty bad.
What?
So,
That was a top notch.
we're pulling it up. We're listening. My friend Luke is completely unenthralled. He has no idea what anyone's talking about, but that's fine.
He's not a nerd?
He's not a nerd.
Okay.
But it's 10 minutes later. I'm like, how long
Does it take to check out of a Walmart?
3 items? I go back inside. They have another full cart. What? Somehow. And so I come around and I'm like, guys, what's taking so long? And they're both looking at me like, no, get away. You can't be seen here. And, I don't know why I can't be seen here. I look inside the cart. It's like,
It's got adult beverages in it?
yeah, no, it's just a bunch of wine bottles. Some number like 10. I was going to say 20, but 20 is too much.
Wow, having fun nights.
I know, right? Like everyone's having fun tonight. And so I guess they just went back for another wine run or something.
Oh, wow.
I go back outside and we're waiting.
Sure.
That's fine. They finally come out. It's 8 o'clock now. I know it's 8:15 now. I know I'm already late. We get back into the car. We start going, and we're going on the highway, going through all 5 stages of grief yet again because she
Okay.
decides to speed. But this time it's even worse because now we are stuck coming out of Walmart, coming out of New Hampshire. We're stuck behind someone going at 60. Now, the problem is that my friend from Jersey said, "Oh my God, he's going too slow." So what do you do when someone's going at 60?
Hey, I'll point out the speed limit on that road is 65. They're monsters.
Okay, yeah,
Wait,
fine.
were you on 91?
I don't know what one I was
Okay.
on. I don't know where I
No,
was.
if you're on 91, it's 2 lanes. It was probably
No, it was a 1 lane. So
So it was probably like 50 miles because I know the part you're talking about. Yes,
yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
So what would any of you do if there was a man who
Run
was
them over.
going at 60 down
Run
a
them off
1
the
lane
road.
road?
I mean, if it's a 60, like that's not bad. That's pretty. That I wouldn't go around them if that's what you're implying.
Sounds fine, but we tailgate the man about
Oh,
like
really?
2 feet away from his bumper for about as long as I'm gonna say like 5 to 7 miles, just tailgating this poor guy.
Oh
and
man.
I feel for the guy because I feel like he's having a panic attack because he's still going above the speed limit, but there's some person behind him saying you're not going fast enough, and to show you're not going fast enough, if you dare to slow down, both of us are going to be screwed. I'm messing up both of our cars. I don't have a seatbelt on. I'm in the middle, and the seatbelt doesn't work.
Oh wow.
I inform the driver, hey, if we crash, which if he decides to break out, we will, I might be the one in trouble. She responds with, yeah, I know, and then keeps going.
Oh, she's one of those people.
At this point, I'm at acceptance. I'm at acceptance squared.
You're
I've ex-
like you're done. You're like you've accepted that you might not make it back.
I've accepted
Yeah,
my death.
you're at depression.
Yeah, I've accepted my death twice over.
You went
Okay.
back. You went back a step.
Yes.
But regardless, we get back relatively safely. I look to all my friends after we get out of the car. Never again
Hashtag never again.
are we going to ride with this person. There's no moral to the story. I'm just late. And this is why I'm late.
It's a good story though.
It's a good
It makes
story.
for good radio.
I hope
Yeah.
so. Anyways,
So
let's talk nerdy or some crap like that.
So, your story reminded me of a story back when I was in high school. I went shopping with women because they were good friends of mine.
I
and-
don't believe you.
No, yeah, I did. It was
Sounds fake, but okay.
yeah, it does. But
I think you're embellishing.
I wish, but no. I'm in the back of a freaking minivan, mind you.
Okay.
And they're in the front 2 seats. The middle seats are gone for some reason. Why this minivan had no middle row baffles me to this day. But I'm strapped in back there, and you won't be able to see this at home, but she's driving, listening to like Taylor Swift or something, and she is literally doing this. Like moving her head back and forth, swinging with the wheel, going back and forth, back and forth.
A fellow
Like-
connoisseur of music, huh?
Oh my word! I thought I was gonna die. Not as bad as Kwawe, but like I thought I was gonna die.
That sounds pretty bad, honestly.
It was terrifying because she wasn't a good driver either.
And now to relate it back to anime, one time in Fairy Tale they drove a car and then they never addressed it ever again.
There's a couple times I drove vehicles in Fairy Tale,
I don't
and they
believe
did
that.
address it.
Can we talk? Yeah, can we talk about like the magic run car and how it stabs directly into your vein like an
It
IV?
doesn't stab; it's a bracelet. So yeah.
Well, why you gotta be?
I respectfully
Because-
disagree.
Thank you,
Okay.
Leo.
This anime I watched once 5 years ago, I think I know a bit more about you, even though it's your favorite anime. I think
You know.
you know.
Okay.
I might.
my money's on Frost knowing more.
Well, it's 2 against 2, so you're wrong.
Well, we
Yeah.
have a third person in the room.
Okay, what
Yeah.
tiebreaker?
Everyone
What's up?
stare. Everyone stare.
What was the question?
The question is, are we right or are we right? The correct answer is we're right. All right, let's
Okay.
move on.
We're done.
Anyway,
1 point. 4.
World's End.
World's End.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
moving on. I was about to start talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know, that thing they announced over the summer?
What's that?
Like the Super Smash Bros. That literally has every character they've ever released, plus a few more.
You're wrong.
I don't believe you.
Oh, yeah?
Where's Waluigi?
There is rumors
I
put
want it
out
stated
by
that I
none
wish
other
I-
than Funimation that Goku is going to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I don't
Lies.
believe that. I actually don't believe that.
Lies.
And here's why. I don't trust Funimation on the going-ons of Nintendo, a completely different company.
But if the licensing had to happen, Nintendo would have to go through Funimation in the US.
Goku gets in before Cooking Mama. That's just.
Cooking Mama's in as a support trophy. She's been in for a little while.
Yeah, the only reason she's not a full character is because Nintendo's afraid of powerful women. And that's
Nintendo,
a
can we
fact.
have Cooking Mama? Please.
I mean, we got Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
Can
Who's
we?
that? Who's even Castlevania?
What's a castle?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll go with that.
No, but seriously though, can we have Cookie Mama?
yeah.
Like,
would-
I actually would enjoy that.
She would
I would enjoy that
destroy.
greatly.
Dude, she would wreck.
She would be so good.
face. She would stir the competition.
Yeah, we're also getting Ridley.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's old hat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's new? Do you got any hot saucy leaks?
Just the ones they've released. Like, no leaks. But Goku's the one that's kind of like, they were supposed to like do a Nintendo Direct today, but as you may or may not know, there was a terrible earthquake in Japan today. Awful earthquake. It wrecked a huge portion of the northern Japan. So they postponed the Direct for Nintendo's Direct for a while, a week, I believe. So my heart goes out to all the poor folks who were inconvenienced and just whose lives were upended by this earthquake.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we won't know for sure if it's true. They never really got to finish their banter because big earthquake.
Yeah. Look,
So
if I was to say if I was to toss my hat into this at all,
yeah,
if Goku was to be a part of it, I could really easily see him just being an Echo Fighter of Ryu.
maybe that may be how it is. Echo Fighters, by the way, are characters who are not their own character, but are a reskinned, slightly rehabilitated version of another one.
You know Lucina and Roy? Yeah, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how every other character is based off of Bayonetta.
Although Roy was a distinct character. I think he still is. Is he an Echo Fighter in this?
Roy is more of a distinct character. He started out as an Echo Fighter of Marth in Melee.
No, he didn't. He was his own character.
No, he was an Echo Fighter.
Okay, there's Marth, Ike, and Roy, and they're all the same person.
Yes. No, Ike's
No.
different.
Ike is
Ike is a lot different.
Ike is more like
Ike?
what
Who's
Roy
Ike?
was.
Mike?
Who's Ike?
Of Mike and Ike.
I love Mr. Game & Watch.
Roy was more like...
JoJo's my favorite character.
Roy in Melee is like Ike in Smash Bros. What was it? Brawl.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ike replaced Roy.
Well, yeah,
in,
Ike
in the
replaced-
power character. Marth was always the speed. Roy was always the power.
Yeah, but
that's
Roy,
how they were distinct.
Yeah, but Roy did everything that Marth did, but worse.
they had better.
Oh,
They were more
strong
powerful.
words.
Everyone who's ever played Melee, everyone who ever knows Melee, like the back
No,
of their hand.
Roy was way
This
more
is a
popular
Melee
than
free
Marth.
house. We don't talk about that accursed game.
We don't talk about Melee.
No.
I am of the mindset to believe me, I hate Melee.
Really?
Yes, state your case. Be proud.
be proud of who I am. I think it's mostly because I don't understand it. Like, when it comes to playing Melee, it's a lot about learning how to game the system. A lot about how to cheat, essentially.
I don't want to have a special controller.
Well, I'm not
that
saying
is only
competitive
like
Melee.
1 in
I enjoyed
50.
Melee for the base game. I didn't play any competitive or anything like that. I love
Oh, yeah, I guess.
playing
Well,
Melee with my friends.
But the issue nowadays is that if you do want to play Melee,
it's
all
got to
that
be competitive.
it-
Yeah.
that's the only community that's left.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah.
happen to know a couple dudes who are in the mood.
To
Leo,
Melee.
what are you doing?
I'm motioning that we're talking along there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you know a couple dudes who are in the mood to play some Melee
Right.
casual, then you're not gonna play Melee casual. If you want to hop on online, I don't even know if the server's up anymore.
I don't even think there was online for the GameCube. Like,
Was there not?
no,
Okay.
it was the GameCube, so there wasn't like built-in.
I mean, Wind
connection.
Waker had online.
What's
Did
Wind
it?
Waker?
Do you don't know what Wind Waker is?
I refuse to acknowledge that game exists.
No,
Really? I love the Wind
It was the
Waker.
sequel to Banjo Kazooie.
Oh wait.
That's just. I'm just gonna glaze over that and continue moving on. Yes, yes.
But yeah, if you want to play Melee with anyone, you want to go to a Smash Melee tournament, Melee
You
community.
better be good.
It's competitive, or else you're going to get stomped in a matter of 5 seconds,
Right,
and that's
right.
not fun.
No, it's
So
not.
when you talk about Melee, you talk about competitive Melee, because that's the only Melee that
I talk about
exists.
Melee fondly as a childhood game.
Oh, well, that's fun, but that Melee is long dead.
Yeah. Well, no, I still have my GameCube and I still occasionally play Melee.
I have never even heard of Melee.
You
Super
poor,
Smash Brothers
sweet
Melee. It
innocent
was
soul.
the second game in the Super Smash Brothers series after the first Super Smash Brothers, which is awesome. I loved the first one.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never.
Brawl was the third one. Smash 4. They just called it Smash 4. Smash for 3DS and Wii U. That's what they called it, I guess, technically. Then we're going to have Smash Ultimate, which we're getting Snake back, Young Link,
Okay,
It's-
well,
it's
we
good.
can have Snake back, but like they took away his ass.
Did they?
Yeah, they de-padded Snake's
Actually, yeah,
ass.
no, tell us about that. Tell us
Like,
exactly
okay,
what we're missing.
Want to know what they did? They gave Samus muscles and they took away Snake's tactical ass.
Well,
and I'm really mad about it.
Samus
He
deserves the
needed
muscles. So the original
He needed that for
concept-
stealth missions.
Yes, he did. The original concept of Samus, by the way, was like 6'6", redhead, built like a truck.
Yeah.
She was all business. And then they turned her into a little blonde thing.
They also didn't know what a bounty hunter was.
That's true. They did, but they went a different way with it. You know, it's
no, they didn't know what a bounty hunter was. They were like, they genuinely didn't know that she would like hunt people down for money. They didn't know what that concept meant.
So they just called her Space Bounty Hunter.
No, yeah, they
Well,
just
she
like,
hunts down the space pirates.
well, like no, she like that was just like a side thing. They just
No,
put
she's
bounty
paid
hunter
by the
because they
Federation
thought
to
it
do
was
so.
they put bounty hunter because they thought it meant like adventurer.
In
She
space,
never did any
you know what?
bounty
They make
hunting.
their own rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, Samus is actually like one of the most badass women in video games, like hands down. She really is like sick. She still is in the games other than Other M, and we don't talk about Other M because it wasn't good.
I talk about Other M.
Do you?
It is my favorite Metroid game,
Is it really?
and the only one I've ever played.
Okay.
Continue on.
Okay. Anyway, she is really tall, really strong, and has Chozo artifact armor. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cooking Mama's better.
Okay.
Cooking. Oh,
I swear, I need to start playing more video games than what our friends at Rockstar release.
Yeah.
you're a fan of Rockstar?
Oh.
I've been wanting to try their newest game.
All right, hot take.
Kwawe has beef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is long-standing beef too.
Wait, do I?
Yeah, we were talking
Wait,
about this
Kwawe,
beef
how do you
yesterday.
not know what beef you have?
Look, man, I don't know what beef I have until I open up the fridge and I smell it and I'm like, whoa,
I
that's
see.
some beef.
We talked about this beef yesterday, Kwawe.
Oh, remind me of what we talked about.
The game whose name I can never remember.
Stew it up.
I don't
Grand
know.
Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. Which one are we talking
the
here?
one where you look around for stuff.
Okay, you're done.
That's both of
Anyways, have you played Red Dead?
I have not yet.
Not yet?
Red Dead is good.
I've mainly stuck to GTA, and I just learned that there was Red Dead when
When
looking
Red
up.
Dead 2 was announced, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh my gosh, I should definitely go try this game. And then it's like, will it work on my PC since I don't console game anymore?
Yes.
Yeah.
It should because it's an older game. So it should work on a computer that can run modern games. So you should be okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask because I was hoping you would have been a Red Dead fan because I wanted your hot take on Red Dead 2.
It looks
Did I ask
good.
for your hot take, Alex?
No, but I'm going to give it anyway.
No, you're not, because I didn't ask for it. Thank you.
I've been watching the commercials, like the ads for it, and I'm like,
Does it look cool?
This looks like a Midwest version of GTA 5, which is like, well, I might be updating my graphics card.
You're not wrong.
You heard it here first, folks. He's going to update his graphics card.
Now, Alex's turn for a hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take.
It looks aight.
Now that's hot.
Yeah, that was
That was spice.
I thought it was summer already.
Spicy.
That was summer
So, like,
already.
speaking of spice, and yes, I'm going to bring it back to food.
To Cooking Mama?
No, not to Cooking Mama. To a cooking show, though, which is similar
That
to
stars Cooking Mama?
Just,
Guest starring
I would
Cooking
love
Mama.
a cooking show that starred Cooking Mama.
I want...
But anyway, I digress. I was watching on the Food Network. They were doing like, Guy Fieri. I'm Guy Fieri. And,
Yeah.
he does the thing.
Yeah,
he does-
Mustard
he's-
hair, what's
he-
up?
My dad. My dad.
Mustard hair.
Yeah, my dad mustard hair.
Angry guy.
Mustard hair.
spikes. And
Yeah,
yeah, that guy.
Keep going.
Yeah, he has a show where he runs a cooking competition in a grocery store.
Guys, grocery games.
Yes, it's actually a really
I'm a
good show.
fan.
It's such a good show. They did one last night that was spicy food, and like all the dishes had to be spicy. And the reason people lost the rounds was because they didn't make it spicy enough. Except there was this little old Thai woman, and she made it too spicy for the judges. Like she rolled like one of the games was skee ball for your ingredient.
Yeah.
She wanted the Thai bird chilies because she's Thai.
Yeah.
No, she got ghost pepper.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So instead of bird chilies, she used ghost pepper and made it so hot the judges couldn't eat it, but they kept going back for more because it was so good.
Yeah. Did she win?
She won.
Oh, sweet.
Yay.
Dude, Thai women know how to make food. That's why Cooking Mama's so good.
Worst experience of my life was I was a truck driver for a while, and one of my co-drivers
Was it Thai woman?
no,
Cooking Mama?
no. This guy was eating peppers like I think they were ghost peppers or something. He would just pop them in his mouth all day like some people eat potato chips.
Yeah.
That's
one-
something wrong with that guy.
Well, he's from California.
That doesn't mean anything. But like, yeah. And Leo just walked away.
But yeah,
Surround sound. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm like, how spicy is that pepper? Oh, he's like, it's not that bad. I think mild salsa is a little hot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I swear my mouth didn't cool down for the next 3 days.
I'm on the same boat with you. I don't handle spice very well.
Yeah, no. Spice is one of those things that you can build a tolerance to, or you're innately born with it. But like, if you can't handle the spice, you can't handle the spice.
I've never gotten past the point where I could eat hot Cheetos.
Okay,
I've never
yeah.
even tried those because, well, Cheetos. Ugh.
I'm sorry. You don't like Cheetos?
I like the puffy Cheetos. They're like my favorite.
Alex,
Ooh, the
was I
puffy
talking
ones
to
are
you?
good.
It doesn't matter. It's my show.
It does. It does. It matters.
Someone posted a meme that ruined Cheetos for me. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Oh, yeah, I know the one he means, but
Were
I
they
can see
sticking
why.
Cheetos up their nose?
Yes, it was that, and it was kind of gross.
Was it Cooking Mama cookie with Cheetos?
No, but that would be interesting.
Was it the white bread guy? Wonder Bread?
No, it wasn't like a Light Bright though. Can we talk about the Light Bright?
What is Light Bright?
Oh my
And
word!
What is light?
Where was your
What?
childhood, Stephen?
I'm actually confused too. What are you
hidden-
talking about?
Light Bright was this awesome thing where it was like a board that had holes. It was like a pegboard, and it had a light behind it.
Oh.
And you took little
I'm with
plastic, little plastic clear things, and you could make art with the little pegs. Because when you put them in, like fiber optics, the light went through them.
Yeah.
And it made you can make art with it.
And wait, would like the light project onto a wall, and then whatever you
No,
poked
It just projected through the little pegs,
Oh,
so
gotcha.
the pegs themselves lit up.
Oh.
And
These
you
little
can make some
pegs?
really cool stuff.
Oh, you thought Mike and Ike's were good? These things, just like pop them right down.
You're not supposed to eat them just as a
Yeah. Let's not listen to the artist. That is.
You know,
Yeah.
it's important for artists to try their
Yeah.
wares. They eat the paint.
Yeah.
They eat the light bright pieces. You know, whatever.
And we've all eaten the
Crunchy.
Play-Doh.
Yeah, Play-Doh.
And let's hope they don't eat the clay. That might not be good.
What do you guys think of those new 3D pens?
They're kind of
Oh.
weak sauce.
I think they taste
I've
pretty
seen
good.
people try to
Oh,
use
yeah?
them, and it's not like it is in the commercials.
No, of
Which
course.
is
like
probably
it'd be
true for
harder
a lot
than
of
it seems.
things.
I bet you it is.
It's very difficult. I've played with one once upon a time, and it doesn't work.
No, they really
It just
don't.
doesn't work.
It's so weak sauce. Like you think I'm going to draw the Eiffel Tower in the sky, and then it just kind of falls into a lump. And you're
Oh.
like, oh.
Sounds like quitters talk to me.
Ugh.
I would rather try to.
Dang.
I would.
know what?
I think
Those fighting
the
words.
perfect use for one of those 3D pens is to repair your 3D printed stuff that wasn't quite right.
Or you could use super glue. You know,
Conversely.
super glue, a nerd's best friend when you're not using duct tape.
Speaking of nerds, can we get back to nerdy?
Yeah. I mean, we nerded out a little bit about 90s toys.
Anyway, at E3, guys,
Here's a new fresh hot take at E3, number 5. I actually didn't watch E3, so I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I actually have something. Oh my god.
It's coming. It's coming.
Please say it.
Come on, artist.
Do it.
Oh my god. No.
Dude, please.
It's the woman who looks like Ellen Page, who's in the video game.
Cooking Mama from Life is Strange?
Cooking Mom from Life is Strange. No. Exactly. No, it's the Last of Us.
Oh, there it is.
Last
yeah.
of Us, the Last of Us, like playable trailer. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my god!
Bring
I
it
don't
to
even,
us live,
I don't
Leo.
even know if it's real gameplay because it literally looked like you were playing a movie with this. It was the single most seamless, like
Right. They're
like,
remaking The Last of Us.
Yeah, it was the most seamless blend of watching and playing. It literally looked like you were playing a movie.
That
It didn't look like you were
pretty
playing a
sweet.
game. It didn't look like you were press X to go up an elevator at David, what's his name, at Detroit dude.
Okay.
Yeah, not that.
David
This
Detroit.
literally looked like you were playing a movie, and it was. I hope the game is like that because
No.
it looked
That's
beautiful.
that's
No
The Last
question.
of Us. Like that's its shtick. That's what it is.
No.
Yeah, it was But this was done at such a level that I was just absolutely blown away, and that's like from the bottom of my heart, me being actually serious. This was one of the most beautiful things I'd seen in a while.
And that's coming from an artist, folks.
Oh yeah.
Now, question for you: would you credit that to how like good the graphics looked, or something, or how?
No, it was the fluidity of it,
The
because
fluidity.
the graphics were really good and it did
Yeah.
look really like realistic.
But then explain what the fluidity.
The fluidity-
did. Like paint a picture in our minds.
The entire universe, the world that you were in was interactable to such a degree that it was like if you see an obstacle, you like that's like movable, like feasibly, you can actually move it. If you see glass, you can break it and it breaks in a realistic way. If you see a random bottle, you can pick up that bottle and immediately throw it.
So they had a really
Like,
good physics engine.
Yeah, I hope that's how the entire game is, but
I would imagine so. I think that again, that's its thing. It is meant to be
Yeah.
hyper realistic.
Yeah.
It was at such an incredibly high level. It was really something special, and I hope the actual video game is going to be like that instead of just that one section. Because
I imagine it will be.
yeah, it was really something
I would
else.
hope so. Who's it made by again?
Someone, Naughty Dog, maybe. I don't
One
know.
quick Google search.
Oh, I love that. I love that company. I love that team.
Last of Us Part 2. No, not the Last of Us Part 2. It is going to be. Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. Yep,
Yeah,
But who's it made by?
I'm looking.
Okay.
some
cool.
people.
I only ask because there are certain
Some people who better not disappoint me.
there are certain teams that have a way of presenting amazing trailers and then not delivering on amazing games.
Right.
I think we've all No Man's Skied ourselves once or twice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we don't need that again. So I'm wondering if this is a development team to look out for, if this is one with a good track record. And I
Naughty
don't-
Dog. It's Naughty Dog. Of course, it's Naughty Dog.
Yeah,
What have they done?
they've done things.
They've done a lot of things.
stuff, places.
The games and movies that the trailers are awesome, but you realize after you play the game or watch the movie that the only awesome part of said game or
So-
movie was the trailer.
Yeah.
If I were to say Uncharted to you, would that,
There we go. That's the one I can never
if
remember.
I were to say Crash Bandicoot,
Oh, I
would
love
that
that
raise
game.
any sort of
Oh,
names?
okay,
If I were to say
cool.
Jack and Daxter,
Oh,
yeah, they did all of those.
Okay. Didn't they also do like that weird hacking one? Was that them too?
I
Like
think
the
so.
one that where you like go around hacking the city as like that-
Detroit.
No, not Detroit.
Right.
Almost.
Press F for racism.
Isn't it called like Watchdog?
Yeah, Watch Dogs. Did they also do Watch Dogs?
Maybe they did.
And then there was also Sleeping Dogs, which I think they did too.
Watch Dogs was
Yeah.
done by Ubisoft.
Okay.
Brown dogs that were jumped over by quick frogs.
The
Sure.
moment that you hear a video game that reminds you of one you loved playing when you were a child, and it's like, how do I play that game again?
Spyro.
Well,
Oh my God, Spyro.
Oh,
Spyro
God.
died.
But
And
Spyro's
became
back.
Skylanders.
But Spyro's back.
When was
In
Spyro
Skyland? Oh no, aren't they remaking it?
Yeah,
Or
they
remastering
remade it. It'd
Yeah.
been
I
done.
was
Oh, really?
young
Yeah.
when
Is it
that
any
came
good?
out.
No.
Oh well,
When
No.
was Spyro
I think it's
made?
just like the original, but it's like redone.
Hey, Alex, when was Spyro made?
Oh,
You have
late
the
90s,
computer?
early 2000s.
You have the computer
I
and
do
the
last
magic
time.
Google machine.
Spyro, 1998.
I like
I've
how this
never played a
podcast is just
Spyro
consisting of us asking questions that anyone can do a Google search of.
But
Google
they're-
searching
not
and putting.
everybody's doing it. I'm doing it, so
Yeah.
therefore it's okay.
We do all have phones that are capable of Googling this ourselves, but we just let Alex
I also
do it.
like how everyone's interpreting. When I say everyone, I meant all of us in the room. When in actual,
No,
in
no,
all
you meant
actuality,
literally anybody in the world who has access
Yeah.
to the internet.
specifically those listening
people,
to us right
people,
now.
Yes.
people in the YouTube chat ask Alex like weird questions that you really need to Google to answer.
People in the YouTube, people in
And
the
now
YouTube
comes
chat.
the segment of Talking Nerdy where I answer your weird questions
I wanna
by
know-
Googling them.
I want to know how to surgically remove an appendix.
I wanna
Like,
be-
give us step by step.
We want to be on the government watch list in your stead. So please send your awful Google searches our
How
way.
about we don't do that and instead talk about
How to make a bomb?
what?
Hey,
Government watch list?
I
Number
don't
one?
need to be on any more government watch lists than I already am.
Wait,
Yeah.
Kwawe.
What up?
I have a nerdy thing we can talk about.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
what's good?
Kwawe was texting me as he was fighting for his life.
Yes.
He has issue with a thing you have said.
Yes.
You like Blend X?
I do.
Blend S?
I do.
Kwawe does not.
Really?
Kwawe, State your case.
Oh, I can't actually.
Oh, really?
I was okay.
Oh.
Were you just throwing shade? Where you could throw shade?
Kwawe doesn't know what he's talking about, huh?
Such a rarity.
Yeah, new grounds here.
Hot take. Kwawe has actually been spewing BS for his whole life.
At least for the past hour.
Kwawe, were you just so scared in the car that you're like texting anything to keep your mind off the fact of your imminent demise?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So what happened? This was before we got into the car, and we were listening, and you had mentioned Blend S, and all I actually know about that show is that I hate the intro. That's all I know about it.
Why do you hate the intro?
State your case.
Yeah. Is it the music or is it the animation sequence?
Kwawe Baker on the stand. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, play the Phoenix Wright music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Objection!
What is? No, it just sounds. I'd have to pull it up.
I know. I think I know what part you might mean, like the first couple seconds of it.
No, I mean the entirety of the. Whenever I listen to it, it is a purely subjective take. Whenever I listen to it, I am filled with unyielding rage. It is just annoying, in every sense of the word, and I think it has something to do with the singer. I think
it's like 5 singers.
Well, that's
Wait.
probably. I thought it was one singer, just
No,
like
no, no,
I thought it was one
the-
inconsistent singer.
The studio that does Blend S also does New Game and a few other anime that are pretty cutesy.
Wait, question. What was the studio?
I forget the name of the studio. I just know that they also do it.
Time for the Google again.
Yeah.
Because this will be maybe a good point.
I want
depending on what the
specific
studio-
employees to blame.
Doga Kobo.
Cool. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I know.
I was
but
going to crucify you if you
They
said
are
A1.
they
though.
are known for in recent times using the voice actresses as the singers. So the main characters will all get together and sing.
That's
the opening.
trust.
So if you
That's
thought it was just
trust.
one singer who's super inconsistent, that's because it wasn't. It was 5.
Oh, okay. Well, then they all suck. Excellent. I'm so happy that I can share my hatred for that theme amongst 5 singers instead of just one.
Wait, how does it go? Like give us a hum.
I don't know, but
What's the first one? Was the first one sweet?
Come on.
yeah, sweet.
That one.
Sweet.
Oh,
Smile.
Sister.
Sadistic.
Okay.
Surprise.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put this forward. Kwawe's so right.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
It is so annoying.
So, in contrary nature, I actually really do like that opening.
We need to leave.
And he's out. Bye, guys.
Okay, I guess it's just Steven and Stephanie now.
Yep, pretty much. They'll be back. Give them about 2 minutes. Oh, less than 2 minutes.
Only do this joke because there's a camera.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you can get away with it.
Visual gags are really important.
we had to do at least one visual gag in some
You've
regard.
done at least 3.
Yeah.
How many times have you two walked off and come back this show?
They do that on a regular basis, even when there's not a camera.
Oh, that is true.
No, I actually really do enjoy it. I looked up the full version, and it's
I
it
looked
makes
up
more
the full
sense
version
when-
too.
Yeah. You didn't, did you?
No, I did, and that's the version I hate.
Yeah.
Well, truthfully told, I hate them both. I just hate the full one because that's 5 minutes of horribleness instead of 2 minutes of horribleness.
Yeah, we pulled it up, and then I pulled up the one where that girl turns into a car and drinks gasoline.
What?
Do you know what this is an anime?
You need to know.
Why
You need to know.
I want to watch this.
I believe you.
Oh, it's a series of like really short like sequences where girls they just turn into machines. So the first one was of course this girl loses her hat in the wind, and another girl's like, "Let me get it," and she jumps reaching for the hat, and it's very beautiful and cinematic. The light twinkles off of her eyes. It's beautiful. She misses it, but then turns into a jet and grabs it.
Like an actual mechanical jet.
like a F-16 type.
Yeah, but it's a weird mix of like 3D animation and the regular flat tones, and it
looks horrible.
And
It
the
looks
entire
horrendous.
time, it's very, very centered on the fact that her underwear is present, and then she grabs the hat and she flies off. That is about like 45
Is it
seconds.
Frame Arm Girls?
Probably.
My favorite part about it though is that like the girl's like, "Don't worry, I'll get your hat," and then
just
she
flies
flies
off.
away with the hat.
She leaves with the hat.
How
like a
rude.
freaking jerk.
Like that's one of those people.
I love that.
But this isn't like the best one. The best one is because they're all seen through the eyes of a regular girl, a regular schoolgirl.
May I handle the car one?
Yeah.
Do you want to handle the car one?
Okay. Do you want to do the
Who
ship
is
one?
most passionate about the car one?
I'm most passionate about the car one. You do the
No,
ship
I'm
one.
the most passionate about the car one.
Should I get a coin out to flip for
I'm
you
the one who
two?
drank gasoline.
I'm the one who went out.
Here's a coin. Want to flip it?
Okay. Call.
All right, flip it.
Call it.
Flip it.
Call it.
Tails. Yes. Damn it. All right,
So,
do the car.
tell me
Okay.
about the car one.
You are standing at a gas station.
Sure.
You have a drink in your hand.
Yep.
You're staring out at the road, at the sunset,
Yep.
across the road. A girl is running down the road. She comes closer to the gas station.
Exclaiming that she's late for something.
She's looks rather sweaty. She arrives near the car that's filling. She was. This is a canon.
I know.
She arrives. There's a car filling up on gas. She removes the gas nozzle from the car. She puts it to her lips and starts to drink gasoline. She drinks for about 5 seconds. Then she puts it down, says, "Oh, that's so good," or some such affectation, and then turns into a car.
And drives away.
Yeah.
Is it weird that the only thing I thought about when you said that is that she stole someone else's gas?
Yeah, she totally.
No,
did.
she's a jerk. All of these people are jerks.
They're awful. It also kind of reminds me of that scene in Zoolander where they have a gas fight.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, and then somebody lights a cigarette, and we all know what happens then.
Yeah.
Kaboom!
Yes.
Okay, now do you want to do the submarine?
Oh, but the submarine one's boring.
What? It has a fighter jet.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, God.
You know, you guys are gonna have to show me this because
Yeah, no, we will show you this. And audience, we suggest you look it up as well. Well, the biggest appeal to it
we
is...
can't look it up because we don't know what it is. What the name of it is?
I thought you just looked it up and said the name.
No, I was guessing.
Okay, wait, look it up.
What do I look up? Girl who drinks gasoline and turns into a car?
Actually, that's exactly what you look up.
Okay.
I hope your certain filters are turned to max.
Probably the only way to find it.
No, seriously, I start typing it and it automatically comes up as girl who drinks gasoline. Henkai Shoujo, Transforming Girls. Yeah. Okay, I found it. It is called Henkei Shoujo, HENKEI SHOUJO.
And the biggest appeal behind this is just the awful, jarring transformation scenes.
They're
and
so
how
weird.
They're so incredibly weird to
It's
see.
so sexual.
It is not Frame Arm Girls, that's another thing.
Yeah, it's so weird to see these girls go from 2D animation to 3D animation,
Back
then
to 2D
from-
animation.
It looks
Back to 2D
very,
animation.
very poorly done.
It's
Yeah.
very poor.
I gotta see these pictures.
No, I didn't look at the pictures. I just found the name.
But I already got up.
I closed it already.
Y'all look it up when you get home. But
Yeah.
okay, then how about this? You want me to describe a submarine scene?
No. Let's save something for them to look for.
Yeah.
Look forward to the submarine/jet fighter scene.
Fine.
Yep.
God, it's so awful. But why did we start talking about that again?
Because you hated Blendess's opening.
I hate Blendess's.
Blendez is opening.
Watch the show. It's absolutely hilarious.
I will never watch that show.
Okay, that's your choice. I respect that.
Why you look this? It's not going to be good entertainment if you agree with me. If you be respectful at
We
me.
need a counterpoint. Come
Yeah,
on, dude.
Fine. Watch that show, or so help me, I'm going to lower your microphone.
See, please don't.
Okay, I won't do that.
But
I forgot that he can actually take away my voice. Unfortunately.
oh, the power of the board.
The power of the board, yes.
Yeah, but for the most for the
Yep.
most part, the reason that I sent that text to Leo is just because I want him to mention that I didn't like it. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny if Kwawe says
Admit
he
your
can't-
failings, Kwawe. It's important.
I hate you. I thought it'd be funny if Leo was like, Kwawe hates you. Y'all could be like,
I think we did kind of do that.
it's dumb, whatever. Anyways, but that jokes aside, I did witness y'all. There was something I wanted to say though, to one of you, and I don't know who said exactly, but y'all were talking about
Did you want to say Leo is an artist?
I do, Leo. You are an artist.
I really?
Yeah.
Gosh. Jeez, guys.
Did you stop being an artist at any point?
I love.
it's such an honor to like hear these words, you know?
I think I even gave you an award for being.
Oh
the
yeah,
artist.
he gave me a handmade award at the end of the year, and I was
I
blessed.
worked hard to make my art at least somewhat comparable to his.
Yeah, it was something. It was real something.
How sick of you are this joke? How sick are you of this joke?
I mean, it's been carrying on for about 6 months now.
I'm loving it.
Okay. Well then,
McDonald's
okay.
right up in here.
Yeah, I'm loving that sponsorship.
We don't have one of those, thank you.
Um,
We are non-profit.
speak for yourself. World Ends Recording.
Well, I'm recording booth accepting sponsorships at any time.
Except not.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to do that
We
technically.
will sell our souls at the cost of being expelled for your entertainment.
We want money. And we will do
Okay.
anything for you. Anything.
Okay, let's get off this
Before
topic.
this gets darker than it already is.
I will
Anyways,
kill a man.
You wanted
What?
to say something about something that one of us said, but you can't remember what we said.
it was one.
Words are hard.
You
can do it.
Okay, there we are. I'm good now. It was one of those it was someone was mentioning how they had watched an anime dubbed, and it was one of the only animes that they could stand being dubbed.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I think Stephanie was mentioning that, right? You were talking about how you watched a...
I thought that was Lizzy or Teddy.
No, it was me.
Yeah, no, it was Stephanie. Yeah. So, yeah, no, but I was saying that... I think I was saying have been a lot of good dubs. It's just you got to find them. And they're
Okay.
getting better at them.
Oh, wonderful. Then you presented the point I wanted to make, only far less aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for saving me the energy and headache.
We love
Okay.
yelling here
Because-
at World's End.
Because I am of the mindset to believe that
Yeah.
there's really no such thing as a bad dub per se.
There is, and it's called 4Kids.
And
Okay, first off,
and I
Four
can
Kids dubs are amazing.
the dub of the live action Full Metal Alchemist. The
Okay.
dub was what killed
Wait,
it
the
for me.
live action Full Metal
Well,
Alchemist.
the live action Full Metal Alchemist,
the fact that it was live action didn't kill it.
the animation,
The dub-
It was okay.
the animation in the live action, which is so fun to say,
Yeah.
was really good. Which I would like to point out, the dub was maybe the acting wasn't so top notch, but Alphonse, oh my baby looked good, and I'd like to say
Alphonse
that.
is precious, and we must protect our cinnamon roll.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
You don't know the
the
cinnamon roll?
armor looked nice, dude. The armor looked nice.
What does cinnamon rolls have to do with Cookie Mama? What does cinnamon rolls have to do with this?
So there's a meme about cinnamon rolls. You have to look it up.
back in 2012, people
Gross, it's a
thought
meme. I
that
hate memes.
yeah, back
Really,
in,
this show is like all memes. at
Yeah.
this point.
That's true.
You walked in and memes came on the table.
I hate this show.
you're the one who signed us up for this.
I know, and I hate that
You
decision.
texted me yesterday and said, "Hey, we're going to be on Talking Nerdy," and I said, "Okay, sure."
I know, and I hate texting.
Is there anything you don't hate?
No.
Dubs.
Do you hate
That's
hate?
That's dumb.
I thought you were just being contrarian.
That's
That's,
a
all.
dumb question. Do you hate the concept of hate?
Yeah.
It's not dumb. It's philosophical.
I think Phil.
yeah.
philosophy.
You've been beat, Kwawe.
But just as a disclaimer, for those of you who don't get it now, Talking Nerdy starts nerdy and then devolves very quickly into tangents.
I don't know why. I don't know why the audience needed that disclaimer. The audience has been here since the beginning.
We've been
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, like the audience here has been here since the beginning, where we talk to nerdy, to the end where we're just screaming at each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
we're
at
just-
each other. It was just screaming. You know, kind of like SpongeBob does in that episode where he gets launched into the jungle with Squidward and Patrick, and they just do the tongue thing with the yeah that,
the-
and they're holding the nets above their head. Yeah,
The
they're doing that.
magic
That sounds
conch thing.
racist.
It was SpongeBob,
What?
so I don't even know if that qualifies.
Why did the Charlie the Leprechaun video just pop in my head?
I don't know, but I don't want to know.
Who is
Charlie the
and Why
Unicorn?
does he have a leprechaun?
I don't know.
Unicorn, sorry.
Charlie the Unicorn?
dyslexic.
Oh, Z. Remember Z?
Who's Z?
Nosotros ustedes, Señor Z.
I do not speak whatever you're saying.
That was Spanish. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, Charlie the Unicorn?
Anyway, I'm gonna rein it back towards the
it's
nerdy
the
for
one
like
that
the
goes,
last 10 minutes if we can.
Oh, it's almost
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Yeah, oh yeah. We've been talking that long, and you've been contrary for about as long as you've been here.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Okay.
you've been doing your job.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Talk nerdy to me, baby.
Talk nerdy real
I'll talk
good.
as nerdy as you want me to.
Talk nerdy.
All right. So
Manga.
I'm going to talk about a palate cleanser because we've been getting a little intense.
Yeah. Like
So-
the ones Cookie Mama provides.
Yeah, exactly. Cooking Mama's.
Can we
I-
discuss Dragon Maid?
Can we discuss how I don't hate Cookie Mama?
Yeah, sure. Dragon Maid. My wife actually just picked up that series.
I have some points I'd like to say.
Sure.
As like a serious note, I think Dragon Maid is really exceptionally good
Yes.
because I think it gets something really special. It gets something. It gets the overpowered character done right, which is
Yes.
so hard to do. One does it with One Punch Man and MP 100, and Dragon Maid does it, except because it's not the point how powerful this one girl is
Right.
in Dragon Maid. It's the relationships between the characters. It's
Yes.
actually like bad that she's so powerful,
So
which
this-
is a nice.
yeah.
It's well written.
The story behind it is apparently the author's editor said, "Go write me a romance," and he's like, "Really? Yes, you have to write me a romance." Okay, goes home, draws Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is the full name. Comes back, hands it to the editor, editor's like, "Great, give me the finish it up for me, would you?" And walks off. And thus we got Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
And it's very good, and it's also, I'd like to point out, a very amazing representation because this is two women seen in basically a romantic relationship in a Japanese anime, which is
Yep.
very groundbreaking for the time that we're living in, specifically with the attitudes towards same-sex romantic couples in
Yeah.
more in anime.
Yeah, Japan is a little bit behind us in that regard, so
Yeah.
it's very good to see, and I'm thrilled for it.
Yeah, and considering that it's really well written and has really well done animation for the times when they actually like try,
Yep.
it's really well done, which is something that it's very refreshing to see.
Sorry, I'm going to clarify something, Leo. It is a refreshing relationship that isn't a Yuri or a Yaoi.
Yeah.
And
Are
if
we
you
ta-
want to look those up, by all means, please do. I am not going to.
Are you throwing shade on Yuri on Ice?
No,
Yes.
no. Yuri is a genre.
am.
But
It's
yes, I'm throwing
yeah.
shade on Yuri on
I
Ice.
hate
too.
Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
Hey, I actually
Yuri
like
on
Yuri
Ice.
on Ice.
Yuri on Ice is this. The show itself, whatever the base material, very well done. Very good show, very good concept. The fandom ruins
Ooh.
everything.
That's a very shallow way to look at it.
We don't in this house we don't like y'all what's their name? It starts with an F. Fujo.
keep going.
Fuj.
Fujoshis?
Yeah, those peoples. You're gross.
What is a Fujoshi?
It's they're
I don't know. Can we not go there, please?
yeah. We're not going to talk about
yeah.
that.
If you want to know what it is, look it up. Fujoshi.
they're the main-
Joshi.
We're
They-
done looking things up for you on the
they-
show where we exclusively
No,
look things up for you.
it's just super inappropriate.
Yeah, they are they are people who
No, Leo, we're stopping this conversation.
yeah, they're bad people.
Yeah, let's change it, please.
They're not. Yes, they are a thing. Look them up if you so choose, but I am not doing it for you. Beware, I am warning all of you.
Just be above 18 if you're looking it up.
We are really
Yeah.
bad at being like
You
public
you
access
two
radio.
are awful at
Yeah.
keeping this PG.
We are really bad at this.
We're going to have a severe talking to about keeping it PG in like whatever. Anyway, I was going to talk about a nice light novel that I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep. And it's really
Beefus.
good. And I had to get, like, the story goes, I was looking at books and I looked at this book and was like, that's interesting. It sounds like a good, fantasy RPG type book. So I pick it up.
What was the name?
I'm getting to it. And I start reading it. And it's really good. But it's not your typical fantasy RPG. It's just really calm, relaxed. The big events, the drama, it's all dealt with pretty normally and just kind of simply. And there's no huge battles, nothing like that. No, it's all just calm, relaxing. Things happen. And I'm like,
Konosuba? Konosuba?
no, not Konosuba. Konosuba is way over the top and extra.
Okay.
No, this title of this is called I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level. And it is just so cute and refreshing. I immediately went out and bought the second volume. The third one comes out in December. But it was so cute, so good, and like, it is not what I expected, but it is better. Because it is not just another RPG thing. It is just really simple, refreshing palate cleanser, makes you feel good.
Then question.
Yeah.
What is...
Can you give us some examples of this?
Yeah, what exactly is
exemplary
so
writing?
refreshing? Strike me with the main character, because
So,
a lot of these...
the main character's name is Azusa.
Okay, thank you for
She
interrupting
was, in her previous life, she was a Japanese worker, and she worked for a black company, black being those...
Yo, why are you bringing race into this?
I'm not. There are black and white companies in Japan. White companies are companies that treat their employees right. Black companies treat them like work slaves. They
Amazon.
work you overtime, like 70, 80, 90 hours a week working, no holidays, no breaks, no nothing.
Yeah.
They are really bad. I'm not making this up. They are literally called black and white companies.
Anyway, she was working
Yeah.
at a black company.
And she literally died from overworking at age 27.
Yeah.
She wakes up briefly in like somewhere, and there's like an angelic person who says, "Hey, you died, so I'm going to reincarnate you somewhere. Where would you like to, where would you like to be reincarnated? Because you never really got to enjoy life." "Oh, I just want to be somewhere, what? I want to be immortal." "That's it?" "Yeah, I want to be immortal." Anything else? Like, you can have anything you want. I will make you whatever you want. No, I just want to be immortal. Maybe a house in the mountains away from the city. Yeah, that'll be nice. Sure, you know what? I'm going to make you forever young, too, so that you don't, like, get old, because it's no fun if you're old and immortal.
This is striking. This is very striking so far to Konosuba.
A little bit.
Stuck in another world with my smartphone. How to not summon a demon lord. Like, a lot of...
Right.
So far...
But instead of going the over-the-top extra way, she wakes up next to a house in the mountains. It becomes her house because the people were leaving it and said, "Any person who needs a good home, this is yours." Wakes up.
I wish that happened in real life.
Yeah, I know, right? Wakes up, sees a little slime, kills the slime, gets a magic crystal. And then, yeah, like, slimes, by the way, in Japanese culture are like, it's like the weakest monster ever. Just...
I think just in general, anyone who's ever played RPG
no. In like pen and paper RPGs, slimes are a big deal. Don't mess with slimes. But anyway, she goes into town and says, "Hey, what do I do with these?" Like, "Oh, you go to the guild. They'll explain everything to you." Goes to the guild, says, "Hi, I want to what are these?" "Oh, you must be new here." "Yeah." "Oh, well, to sell those, you need to register with the guild. A la Don Machi, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick a Girls in a Dungeon? Konosuba, that kind of thing. So just put your hand on the slate and you're good to go." She does. "Wow, you're immortal at level 1? That's crazy." "Oh, yeah, must be luck." Ha ha ha. Hands her the things, sells the things, whatever. 300 years pass. She walks in, sell her slimes for the day, normal daily thing. That's all she's done for 300 years. Relaxed, grown food, just had a good, calm, not working too hard life because she died from overworking her last life. Goes to hands, and the person's like, "You've been coming here for 300 years. My great whatever aunt or grandma was the one who got you in here. What are your stats now?" "What do you mean, what are my stats? I've just been killing slimes for so long. I mean, it can't be that good." Puts her hand on the slate. Boom. "My word, you're level 99. And you're the strongest being in the world."
Okay, then what does she do with that?
Nothing.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely nothing.
Good.
She just goes and lives her life like she does. And trouble seems to find her, but she always resolves it in like the most peaceful way possible.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no. It's like, I just read Grimgar Fantasy and Ash.
Oh.
And it's super amazing series.
Yes.
But super dark. You read this and you feel really good about yourself again. And not dark and awful and like, oh my word, how depressing. This is the anti-depressing.
Okay.
So yeah, I really highly recommend it. I only spoiled like the first chapter, but like, it's enough to get you interested.
How does it develop throughout the chapters?
Basically, she lived alone for 300 years. She starts, people start showing up in her life, and she starts gaining a family of sorts.
Okay.
So they all start, I'm not going to spoil too much. I'm not going to spoil actually at all. But the first challenger, like somebody who shows up, the first person is a red dragon, who was currently the strongest being in the realm, except for nobody knew about Azusa in the mountains, because why would you? And she challenges Azusa, and Azusa like punches her once and like knocks her out.
Q1 Punch Man thing.
Yeah, kind of, but like
funny joke.
level 99 is no joke,
Yeah.
apparently. And the dragon's like, oh my god, you have to teach me. She's like, I'm not really a teacher. No, please make me your apprentice. Fine, I'll make you my apprentice. But we're going to do things my way. And literally continues life. Growing plants, making food, making potions and herbs to keep the villagers in the nearby village healthy. Yeah, that's her life.
It just sounds like the biggest departure that this light novel makes from any of the other generic stuck in an RPG world is that the main character is strong but just lives a mundane life.
Right.
Which
It's
a la One Punch Man, a la probably something else.
It is a very powerful character done right.
Oh, well, that's nice and all.
Yeah. But I mean, there is plot. There is things that go on, and I'm not telling you because like I want you to read it.
You're doing a really great job of selling us on this.
And I'm like, the plot.
Is it
It
available?
doesn't make you hurt. It doesn't make you stress. It doesn't make you like, oh my god, what's going to happen? It doesn't tense you up.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, and like, believe it or not, there are times where you're like, I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
Not even once did I expect that to happen. But you know what? It's cool. It's all good. Whatever.
Is this available in an audiobook format?
I believe it might be.
What a beautiful segue to today's sponsors. Audible. No,
No,
we can't.
no. Take it all back. No, we don't have any sponsors. We are.
Thank you for that, Leo.
Yeah, we are community radio, community TV, community. We are all about community here.
We're really bad at it, though.
You are so bad.
Yeah, we are.
But anyway, it's about time to wrap things up. Unfortunately, as fun as this been, this has been, first of all, this has been the biggest episode of Talking Nerdy ever. Not length. We have had the most people on the show ever.
And a
This
camera.
episode.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a camera.
Hey, what's up?
Hello,
So,
camera.
We've literally had Lizzy and Teddy and Steven and Stephanie and Leo and Kwawe and, of course, myself.
Leo the artist.
Yeah, Leo the artist, yeah. So,
Kwawe
yeah,
the
that is 7 people by my counting there. 7 people on Talking Nerd. That's unheard of. It's amazing, and I hope the trend continues. But, that being said, we are going to unfortunately leave you for now. It has been wonderful getting back into the swing of things, getting nerdy all up in this basement. It's been
Nice to join you.
yeah.
It's been real fun.
Again, you are always welcome back here on
Absolutely.
Talking Nerdy. You and your contrary ways.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much for listening. This has been just awesome. I hope to see you all next week here at 8 o'clock on WLMC Landmark College Radio on the Frost Raven YouTube channel and at an indeterminate date on, BC